Hello, everybody, and welcome to another presentation of the ECL Elite Division right here on NHL Gamer. My name is Tuki, joined as always by my broadcast partner, Sin. Sin, how are you on this fine May evening?
I'm doing fantastic, and we got a couple great matchups here, starting off with, once again, a couple of the top teams going head-to-head. Now, this is the matchups I'm most excited for, Linköping and Jyväsylä.
Always nice to have games of this caliber on deck. Again, as Sin mentioned, we have number 2 Jyväsylä going head-to-head with the third-rated defending champions in Linköping HC. As you get a look at the league table as it stands, again, a reminder, the left side of the bracket is where you want to be at this stage in the game. Each team playing 30 regular season games. So as you can tell, we are really winding things down here this week. This being the penultimate broadcast of the regular season. Sid and I will be back here with you on Thursday, but of course, more details on that a little bit later on. So a lot of interesting talking points when you look at this league table, just how close of a race it is, especially now for those bottom 2 spots and how the games at hand really factor in. But for now, we are going to focus at the top of the table. Right now, you see Havu Gaming, number 1 on 49 points in 28 games. But then, of course, right below them, Jyväsylä, 2 games at hand, just 2 points back. Linköping, 4 points back with 4 games at hand. So you can see just how important these 2 games are here for the second and third rated team as they're trying to make up that ground on Havu and stake their claim as the number 1 team heading in to the postseason. So with that, let's get you a look at the lineups here tonight. Again, Jyväsylä and Linköping. And of course, for the Jyväsylä lineup on that left-hand side, we have Kirketski, Antti, and the captain of the team, Indy, leading the way defensively. It's Domi and Ilmari with one of the top goaltenders in the league between the pipes, his name, Sibelius. For Linköping, we have Playmaker, the captain of the team, Patslav, and Eki up top, J Toro and Loimu on defense, and Kape in goal. Of course, numerous talking points about this. We're going to get you a look at the team stats as well before we go into the individual breakdowns with this lineup. But things to keep in mind here. Linköping, in their last 4 games, 3-0-1, pulling off a double last night against SJ Gaming, 5-0 and 5-1, the final scores in those games. The prior series, they played Havu, won in overtime, lost one in overtime. So taking 3 out of 4, we covered that series for you right here on this very stream, if I'm not mistaken. Jyväsylä as well, as of late, decent form, 2-2 in their last 4 games. But the thing to mention for Jyväsylä, they won 21 of their first 22 games, and now they've dropped 2 out of their last 4 against 2 teams, really, that you would expect them to beat with Roots and Färjestad. So tough challenge up ahead here going up against the number 1 offense in the league.
Yeah, I mean, they do have, one of the best defenses, and maybe by averages, they do have the best goals against average, even though they're tied in total goals against with Linköping here. But yeah, it's kind of curious to see them drop those 2 games against Roots and Färjestad, games that you say at this point in the season you need to win, you quote-unquote should win. So it'll be interesting to see how they rebound against one of the other top teams here, especially when they're more of a defensive-based team, and we see Linköping just able to find those gaps and really, get their counterattack and rush game going. Some of those Hail Mary plays and Playmaker on the top there. I mean, the number 1 goal scorer, Jyväsylä, has their work cut out for them. As good of a defensive team as they are, Linköping is just as strong offensively.
Linköping averaging 4.5 goals for per game. The second place team is Jyväsylä at a 3.42, so averaging a full goal scored more per game than their biggest competition. That brings us to the individual matchups, and of course, as always, we start things off with the center matchup. It is Antti for Jyväsylä, and for Linköping, again, as previously mentioned, the captain, Patslav. Now, we are not just going to brush over this. Patslav missed both games yesterday against SJ Gaming, a suspension due to an incident during one of his own streams away from what happened here. Again, suspended by Linköping for those 2 games. He is back in the lineup today. Again, a further statement is on our website at nhlgamer.com in relation to what we are doing here personally as well. But for now, Sin, big news for Linköping is, again, the captain back in the lineup. And you see what he's been able to provide, but Antti, of course, not exactly a pushover as well. Two of the most dominant centers in the league this season.
Yeah, definitely not. When your center has a goal per game or just over that, you're in good shape. I mean, Jyväsylä gets a lot of solid production from, their top three right there. And Patslov, definitely more of the playmaker type guy. And when you have playmaker next to you, that's going to be interesting to say back and forth, playmaker to playmaker. It's very easy to kind of collect those points. Now, when it comes to faceoffs, it's kind of a tale of two halves. Patslov, very good in the dot, 58.6%. Antti, room to improve, 47.8. But when the game starts, you kind of throw those numbers out the window, I think, in a matchup like this, and you look for that, those key face-off wins, offensive zone, defensive zone. And, if Antti, has watched Patslov, maybe gets his number on what he likes to do, his tendencies in the dot, he can definitely make it about a 50-50 battle and perhaps even win some of those key draws, which in a matchup like this, when both of these teams are so efficient in the way they're able to produce offense and so good defensively, it's going to be very important.
Absolutely, and we always talk about just how important the centers are to a team's success in this league. Two of the very best going head-to-head in this matchup, which brings us to the battle on the wings for Linköping. Playmaker and Eki for Jyväsylä. We have Kroketsky, and again, the captain of the team, Indy. And again, Sin, you want to talk about dynamic duos, to say the least. I mean, the numbers here jump off the page in incredible fashion. I mean, again, you have Indy over 50 points, Kroketsky 31 goals and 60 points, but on the other side, again, we talked about him, the league's top offense, leading the way is Playmaker, an astonishing 52 goals in 24 games, and Eki, of course, with a very nice point total as well. Sin, I mean, what more can be said about these four?
Not a whole lot. I mean, Playmaker on pace to hit 60 on the season, and if he goes a little bit crazy at the end, could even get towards that 70 mark, and that is absolutely ridiculous here at the elite level. He is having such a breakout year on the sticks here, but as you said, you can't take anything away from Kroketsky and Indy. Incredibly solid in their own right. For reference, Kroketsky is third in goals with 31. Playmaker first with 52. I mean, he's just miles ahead of everyone else. And Jyväsylä, as we mentioned, more of a defensive style, so it's still incredibly impressive for both of their wingers to have, about 2 points per game on average. And I think we won't maybe not see as much scoring as these guys are used to here, but look to these wingers to be huge factors in offensive production for their respective teams.
It is always difficult to say just how a matchup like this is going to go when you have two high firepower offenses going head to head. Sometimes they do ultimately cancel each other out, and a big part of canceling each other out would be the defensive matchup for Linköping. J Toro and Loimu for Jyväsylä, Domi and Ilmari and Sin, as the point totals kind of allude towards. All four of these guys up there in terms of point production amongst defensemen. Although Domi, the lone player in this mix without a goal, might change that today, perhaps.
Yeah, more of the puck mover, all those assists, no goals, kind of sometimes, what happens with a defenseman, you keep collecting all those points, but the goal's a bit harder to come by. Ilmari, definitely more the one more, kind of more willing to shoot, seems to get a lot of the attention for those one-time type plays there on that right-hand side. But yeah, as you mentioned, J Toro, Loimu, incredible, perhaps arguably the best duo defensively in the elite league. I mean, it's hard to argue with their point totals and the way they're able to shut things down. Linköping, one of the best defenses as well. We're seeing the elite of the elite go at it. I mean, offensively, defensively, in the pipes. This is just going to be one heck of a matchup.
Well, you mentioned the pipes. Let's get to the goaltender breakdown as well. We have the face of season 10, Kape, between the pipes for Linköping, and on the other side, we have Sibelius. Sin leading the way in the three major goaltender stats, the highest save percentage, the lowest goals against average, and an astonishing 8 shutouts on the season. There has been nobody better, and he is perhaps the biggest reason of all as to why Jyväsylä have found themselves in the mix and has really created what we thought might be a big 2 between Linköping and Havu and really turned that into a solid big 3.
Yeah, Jyväskylä came out and showed that a very, very defensive style with a solid goaltender can still compete and still able to put up some offense. You know, we call them a defensive team, but they're also one of the best offensive teams. I mean, you can't take that away from them. That's just how good they are defensively and how good Sibelius is between the pipes. Right now, he's going for the triple crown, as you mentioned, the best save percentage, goals against, and the most shutouts. I mean, that's impressive in itself. You can, maybe make the argument he's a beneficiary of a very good defensive, team. But at the same time, when you're putting up numbers as he is, it's not just because of your team's system. You are an incredible goalie. And, Kape, very good in his own rights, has that tendency to make those big saves at the big moments and keep his team within reach if things start to get out of hand, as we saw last year in the finals when Linköping stormed back from a 3-1 series deficit. Kape, integral in that comeback.
At the end of the day, as you mentioned, Sin, really as you alluded towards, a goaltender can be made by their team, but at the end of the day, I think for both of these two especially, we kind of know that that's not the case. They are both at that level, not just because of who plays in front of them. Sin, as we get ready here, moments away, I do believe we do have time to cover the keys to the game for each team, the keys to success. We're going to kick things off with Linköping and what they have to do here tonight to walk away with the victory. We start off with Crazy 8. We were talking about Linköping's defensive abilities, that structure. They are allowing an unreal sub 8 shots against per game. So again, under 8 shots against per game. You have Yip at 10, but a 2-shot per game difference is beyond drastic in an EASHL video game, especially at a league of this level. It is an absolutely ridiculous stat, and you talk about Jyväskylä and what they're going to look to do. It's going to be interesting to see if Linköping can shut them down, and if they can do so and kind of maintain that extremely low shots against total. I mean, again, Linköping may be well on their way to reclaiming the top spot in the league table. We then get captain's contributions, and again, as I mentioned, despite Linköping winning without him yesterday in that 2-game series against SJ Gaming, Potzloff is back. He is the top face-off man in the league, as Sin mentioned earlier, with a 58.6% face-off percentage. So Antti certainly has his hands full in this game. And last but not least, the dynamic duo, J Toro and Loimu on the blue line for LHC. They are nearly unstoppable. The top 2-point-getting defenseman in the league. J Toro first in assists amongst defenders. Loimu is third in that category, but he's also second in goals. It is an extremely tough task to stop these two, and that is a big part of the reason as to why Linköping have the success that they do, is the defensemen are involved. They're not afraid to get pucks on net, and I'll be intrigued to see just how aggressive they are in tonight's matchup. Sin, for Jyväskylä, what do we have? What are the 3 main focuses for them heading into the series?
Well, the first one here is the clutch factor. Always important in big games such as this. All 3 of Jyväskylä's forwards have at least 7 game-winning goals. I mean, you want to have a guy who can, put away those tough games, but to have 3 different guys putting up that amount of game-winning goals, that's good. That versatility offensively is going to need to continue if they want to keep finding success, especially against their top teams. They cannot rely on one player against a team as defensively sound as, Linköping, the defending champs, as you just mentioned, how good, their defensive duo is and how good their team system is, how good they could be on the trap. And that brings us to the next point here, wrecking ball. A big part of the winning formula here for Jyväskylä and why they're so good defensively is that physicality. They can throw people, off their game, hit them off pucks and create, those counterattack situations. Kruketsky leading the way, 310 hits. And for reference, that is more than 7 teams. He is an absolute murder hornet on the forecheck. Yes, there's some topical references in there for you. It's almost unheard of. I mean, especially since the top teams usually don't really hit as much. Jyväskylä just putting an end to that narrative and completely being an incredibly dominant physical force out there. But that comes into our last point here, something we've mentioned a couple times here with Jyväskylä, and that's protect the puck. The one stat I think that's a negative here that stands out for Jyväskylä is their turnover count, 558 between just the 2 defensemen. Not their team, that's just the 2 defensemen. So if they face a high pressure forecheck, look for them to kind of, maybe turn the puck over in inopportune situations, and how good Linköping is, capitalizing on their chances. Pretty, a pretty big important stat right there. They're going to have to do a better job in possession and winning, those races to lose pucks.
Absolutely, Sin. Here we go. Some might say you want to talk about topical references. The last dance between two of our top clubs here in the regular season, but I have a hunch we're going to be seeing them play in the postseason, or at the very least, you want to talk about one of these two teams. Somebody's got to make it to the final. You would suspect. We are ready to go. Let's get down to business. 2 games between 2 of the top teams in the league. Linköping in the blue, the home team in this one, against Jyväsylä in the white. And we'll see how this goes. Bit of space for Eki early on. Test the near post, not able to find space. Playmaker tries to find Eki yet again, unable to do so. Defended well by Omari, but a little bit of trouble. Playmaker Eki, and a big save early on by Sibelius. So Linköping, a couple of good opportunities here in the early stages. Santi's able to recover that one. Turns it over, though. Playmaker has space. Can he make the move? The shot. He's denied. Secondary chance. Tried to find Eki on the pass. He had an open net to shoot at, but he just couldn't get the puck. Sin, a very aggressive Linköping to start things off here.
That's exactly how they needed to start off here. I think they're a bit too passive in last week's matchup, and it hurt them, getting the split as a shot on.
Deflection bid and a big save. And Sim, we talked about that as well. Loimu willing to throw it on net.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Linköping, I think, started a bit too passive in their last series, and it really hurt them. Here they are aggressive, putting pressure on those defensemen who we mentioned have a lot of turnovers.
Big face-off win. Eki back to Loimu. Now down in the corner. Playmaker takes a big hit. That's going to be a penalty. Only 2 minutes, but a huge moment here as the Linköping power play gets to go to work early. Again, surprisingly, only the 6th best power play in the league at 25%, but they have a chance to work here. But a good face-off win early on. Puck cleared out. Chance here, though, for Kraketsky. 2-on-2 developing. Shot on rebound. Handled well by Kape. Antti just couldn't get to that one. Chance in a little bit of trouble at the point, but Indy able to survive that threat. Again, it is Domi in the box, if I'm not mistaken, for Jyväsylä. Some minutes gone by here, and the best chance of this power play for Linköping has gone to Jyväsylä. As Domi did, or not Domi, Omari not able to dish back. That was Loimu at the point. There we go. We're good to go. Chance here for Playmaker. Dishes it back to the point. Now we have Loimu yet again stepping in. Can't pull the trigger on the shot. The puck's cleared down. And Sin, a successful kill, an impressive kill for Jyväsylä, despite the fact I might have given Omari a little bit more credit than he deserved. Although you might not get a chance here to get a word in edgewise. Playmaker chases this one down around the back of the net. Still fighting for it. Still in possession. I don't know how. Kicks it out. And a chance for Yip on the counterattack here. We'll see what happens. Back now to Kraketsky. Shot doesn't get through. Good job there by Loimu to block that one. Looks for the quick out. The Playmaker. He finds him. Can't cut in, though. Excellent defensive display from Domi. I want to get your thoughts on that pass. Don't forget that one. But with this frantic pace, you might not have a chance for a few more moments. Playmaker has it again, shrugging off the pressure. Remind me to get his player build because, my God, he can barely be bumped off the puck. Eki chases this one down on the half wall. Still fighting for it as he takes the hit from Kraketsky. Eki has it off the turnover, and he scores! Great job by Potzloff to force the turnover. Eki makes no mistake with all that open space. Linköping grab the early lead. Speak to me.
We talk so much about adjustments game to game, in this case, week to week. Linköping were very passive in their opening game of their series last week that we covered, and in this one, hard on the forecheck, and it's been benefiting them so much. And Eki right there, just burying it. Sibelius kind of had to play the pass right there as we mentioned, they forced a turnover on the back end, got it in tight, and Eki just buries it. But yeah, you mentioned that stretch pass there, the dump. Just unreal awareness from the Linköping defensive core to kind of float those over. And guess who was the recipient of that? Playmaker. And yeah, Jyväsylä going to have to turn a switch right here and get back into it because right now it's all Linköping.
Absolutely. And again, we talk about Playmaker as the goal-scoring threat. That is Eki's 30th goal of the season. Entered tonight in sole possession of 4th in the goal-scoring category here in the ECL Elite Division. No real surprise there. Chance here, though. Kraketsky off the backboards. Not able to find anything, though. Dishes it back to the point. Domi's there. Bit of space. Shot denied by Kape. Kruketsky couldn't get it past the blocker. Another good chance there, and still the pressure from Kruketsky. We called him a wrecking ball. Couldn't come up with it there. Eki tried to find playmaker. Space wasn't available. He'll dish it back to his own zone. 6 minutes to play here. And a frantic, I've used that word a couple of times, but it's fitting. And a very exciting first period as we see Linköping taking their time, settling things down just a little bit. Playmaker has this one. Space down low in the corner, back to the point. Loimu's there. Can't get the shot through. Kruketsky got it. Chance on the pass. Indy, can he get past Jay Toro? Thrown in front. No shot. Great job on the back check by Linköping. Here's Eki. Can he protect? Finds Playmaker. Great poke check by Kruketsky. As Potzloff recovers at the point. Trouble with Kruketsky, though. So dangerous with the pressure that he brings. As we see Linköping able to regroup. And right now, yep, not able to get over the line. A scramble, a fight for the puck at the blue line for Linköping. And again, eventually they come up with it. 2 minutes to play now here in the first period. This one timed well, but the pass to Playmaker doesn't go. Let's see what they can do in response as the pass to Indy just doesn't find his tape. He had a bit of space to work with. Potzloff sends this one in. Eki has it in the corner. Trying to fight off the pressure. Can't do it. The third man in was enough. Great job by Domi. Finds Kruketsky. He's over the blue line. Great job. Cuts in. Pass in front. Still fought on for and shot wide by Indy on the backhand. Back to the point. Deflection bid. Puck is loose and recovered by Jay Toro to end the first period. Sin, we talked about perhaps there being a defensive battle. That was not the case.
Not so much. I mean, both teams defended relatively well, but Linköping getting that quick strike were just monsters on the forecheck, and we saw Jyväsylä kind of mirroring that towards the end, starting to get some chances of their own, but a great job by Jay Toro there at the end to sweep away that loose puck. If he wasn't there, you know, someone on Jyväsylä had almost a tap in right there. So critical defensive job. But yeah, as you mentioned, just a hectic pace of that first period. Back and forth action. No feeling out process whatsoever. Linköping got in their horse early. Jyväsylä had to adjust and try to throw that back at them, but the stat line really shows, you know, what happened there. 5 shots from Linköping, 3 minutes time on attack, 3 shots for Jyväsylä, only 1 minute time on attack. I mean, that was really Linköping's period right there. They probably could have had an extra one, but, you know, Sabelli is just so good in between the pipes there. And yeah, the one he allowed to go in on him is really, as I mentioned, no chance. He really had to respect that pass. I believe it was Playmaker going to that left post, and when, you know, the top goal scorer is going towards the left post with Eki, who's just insane with his passes, you kind of have to respect the pass. But, you know, he took the goal. 1-0 Linköping. Second period, we'll see what happens here. Can Linköping sustain that forechecking pressure?
Problem is, even if it was Potzloff, you're talking about the league's top assist man, so not exactly an offensive pushover. Certainly, as Kruketsky brings over the blue line here. Chance shot just wide of Kape's left side there. The left hand side. He's for me to say big chance in front for Antti. He just could not find the target. Chance as it's on Kape again. He's able to play it out. Don't know if he would have preferred to do that. Jay Toro trying to fend off the pressure from Indy. He does. Space develops. Playmaker on the breakaway. Cannot score. What a job by Domi on the back check to take it away. I don't know if Playmaker was perhaps expecting a flying poke check there. He did seem to slow up a little bit, and that allowed the defense to recover. Not often you'll see the league's top goal scorer on a breakaway and not get a shot on target, let alone not burying the puck past the opposing goaltender. See what happens here, though. Jyväsylä quickly having that rush taken away, but they're able to regain possession. Eki did a good job there to cut that one out. Unable to find space again, clean over the blue line. Chance here. Potzloff can't get the pass from Playmaker. So again, Jyväsylä struggling to get into the offensive zone right now, but a chance here. Kruketsky in front, puck bouncing around. Big save by Kape. Still loose and fought for. Indy recovers, shot on, and a save by Kape yet again. Linköping come up with it. Eki was nearly gone. They keep looking for those quick outlets. Now down in the corner, big spin move, pass in front, fired wide of the post. Still a shot, deflects wide, not cleared. Indy shot off a leg in front. Still though, yep, in possession. One-timer save by Kape. What a ridiculous pace these two teams are playing at, but Jyväsylä is still unable to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and that play all started from the decision by Loimu to carry the puck back into the end to try to buy some time, but the problem with that was Jyväskylä was so aggressive on the forecheck, they forced a turnover and were able to hem them in right there and got several high-quality chances for it, but good job by Kape keeping it out.
Omari still has it, throws it over, blocker saved by Kape. It was a great job by Omari to fend off pressure from Playmaker, but here's Playmaker yet again. The chance stays wide, tries to throw it in front, he can't do it. Good defense again from Domi, but Domi takes a penalty there. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a hook on the defenseman. It'll be another Linköping power play again. As we talked about, not as relentless as you would expect it to be. Eki forces the turnover. Puck loose, finds its way over. Now Eki has it again. Loimu at the point. Down low for Patzlaff. Eki, J. Toro, Playmaker. Can't bury it. What a glove save from Sibelius, somehow finding that through the traffic.
Much better start for Linköping on this power play. For the full first minute on the last one, Jyväskylä almost spent it in the neutral zone and Linköping's end. Let's see if they can win another faceoff here.
Big defensive zone draw win, but Omari unable to clear. He'll have a second chance here, but Playmaker in his face. Omari tries to send it around. He can't do it. Loimu was there. Over for Eki. What's he going to look to do? Throws it in front. Playmaker recovers. Throws it off, and now again, Eki holds it down low, setting up in the office, finds Playmaker, can't pull the trigger on the shot. Great pressure there, I believe, from Antti. The centerman helping out. Chance for J. Toro, Playmaker throws it in front, doesn't go. Toro regathers at the point. Now for Loimu, deflection doesn't go. Kraketsky picks it up, we're back to even strength. Great kill for Jyväskylä. As we see Omari taking his time. Now it's Domi looking for space, it's over the line. Thrown in front for Indy, not able to pick that one up. So Linköping regain possession here. Quick pass, finds Patzlaff, back for Playmaker. Does he have the space? He does. Patzlaff now tried to throw it back in front. Little bit of space here for Indy. J. Toro's with them. The spin, unsuccessful. Playmaker recovers but turns it over. Indy's still there. Finds Ilmari down low. Can't get it back in front. Loimu has it now. 4 minutes to play. Again, a frantic pace here in this one. Sin, if you can think of other words, feel free to break out the thesaurus. Easy for me to say, but what are you going to do? Jyväskylä back on the attack. Everyone has those words they struggle with, and for some reason, thesaurus is one of mine. So we'll see what happens here. Domi back in possession now through the neutral zone, gains the blue line, cuts back out wide, has options. Circles back, still looking for space. Now back down low in the corner. A little bit of traffic there. But again, Jyväskylä is still in possession. Can they get the shot on net? Chance for Domi. Gets it down low, throws it in front. Loose puck, finds. It's way on net. But Kape was there. Final 10 seconds. J. Toro has it. Will he look to wind down the clock? It looks like it. Loimu tries to dish it out. Nobody there. 2 seconds to play. And Sin, that will bring us to the end of the second period. Goodness gracious.
The fact that there's only been one goal scored in this game really speaks to the fact of what we mentioned in the pregame going over the individual matchups, just how good Kape and Sibelius are. They've had to make some pretty crucial saves for their team. Kape, the majority there in that second period, really doing a good job in the crease, keeping that puck out when Jyväskylä's pushback was incredibly strong right there, as we'll probably get a look at the stat line and really get a chance to see, yes, 3+ minutes of time on attack in that one, whereas Linköping only managed about 1. So kind of a reverse of what the last period brought to us in that one. And unfortunately for Jyväskylä, not able to bury one. But on the plus side, they're still only down by 1. And it's not disappointing, this matchup. This is what we expected. We weren't expecting what the score line would be, but we were expecting how close this matchup would be. And just as you mentioned, an absolutely frantic pace. We can go with hectic. Even I'm struggling with other adjectives to use here.
I'm going with frenzied, perhaps delirious, although that may be more
using
fitting
Google?
to describe.
Cheater.
I went to the thesaurus, as it turns out. You go to the source. And this time it was indeed thesaurus. Third period on the way. Playmaker denied! Sibelius with a phenomenal save. We'll see what his team can do in response. Kraketsky gets it in front. Doesn't go. Kape gets a glove on it. Huge saves on both ends to start this third period. Playmaker able to self-sauce it out of the zone. Takes a massive hit to do so. Both goaltenders stepping up here in the early stages of the third period. And again, folks, don't go anywhere. This is just game 1 of 2 between these two. Kroketsky the chance, can't get the shot off. Playmaker has it, finds Potzloff. Now Loimu joins the rush. Potzloff has it again, shot on, saved by Sibelius. No rebound to be found. Frenzied pace is what we're going with this time.
Yeah, and if you're Linköping right now, especially J-Tor and Loimu, if you see Kroketsky bearing down on you, the last thing you want to do is take it back further into your zone. They almost paid for it again right there.
Kroketsky can't hold on to that one. Potzloff is there. Eki in the corner, tried to go back to his centerman, couldn't find the pass though. Kroketsky bides his time, finds Domi. Chance now for Indy. Domi recovers again down low. Back to the point, doesn't find its way on net. Omari tried to fire that one home, just couldn't quite do it. Back to the point, the pass just wasn't there. Domi's player not reacting, an unfortunate turn of events. A seamless puck pickup, as some would call it, just was not there. Playmaker and Eki a little bit out of sorts on that one. Offside with 13:02 remaining. Sin, two of our top teams going head-to-head. It's lived up to the hype for me so far.
Absolutely, and Linköping finding it a bit harder in this as this game's gone on to gain the zone and find their offense. Jyväsylä really starting to lock it down.
Potzloff still has it, thrown in front on Sibelius. He's forced to cover. You see the dangers. It might not work out, but time and time again, you throw those pucks in front, you never know what will happen when you throw it into the blender. Just see what the end result happens to be. That time, though, Sibelius was able to track that one down. Another big defensive zone draw win for Antti. That was one of our keys for Linköping, was to take advantage of the huge advantage on the draws. Chance for Kroketsky after a great move from Domi. Kroketsky still tries to get it back in front. You can really see Jyväskylä's strategy of trying to get it. The big sauce to Playmaker just couldn't find its mark. Great adjustment on the fly. Eki finds Loimu. Bit of space to work with. Down behind the goal line, recovered by Indy. Now again, it's Domi. Picked up by Omari. Has a bit of space to work with. Was on for the moment. Gets it back now in the neutral zone. Kroketsky able to gain the line, but the double team pressure's there. He still has it. Throws it low. Indy scores! From an odd angle. Celebrates with the handstand. Sin, they kept trying to throw it in front, and for that reason, you never know what will happen. The captain makes it happen. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, and a great job from Kroketsky there, fighting off the double team on the half boards, maintaining control of that puck. That goal does not happen without his tenacity on the play, and Indy just kind of the beneficiary of a loose puck that he grabs, throws it on net, and unfortunately, Kape not able to make the saves here. We are tied at 1, and if I'm not a betting man, but if I were to bet, I'd say we are in for a fantastic finish.
I thought you were going to say overtime, because boy, don't we love to welcome overtimes. Although frequently, as of late, it hasn't happened. As again, we see Linköping going offside, 7:53 remaining. Again, if you are just joining us, thank you very much for doing so. You are witnessing a battle between second place Jyväsylä, third place Linköping HC in the blue, the home team on this one. Again, the first game of 2 that they will be playing here tonight. We have another series coming up for you as well after this. Färjestad and Luleå. Bit of a Swedish derby. Going head-to-head. We'll see what happens in that series as well. Potzloff tries to find space, unable to do so. Chance here. Can Kroketsky fend off Eki? He cannot. As Potzloff is able to recover yet again. Couple of quick passes here from Linköping. Looking to settle. We know they like that quick breakout. Unable to find the pass there. Just over 5 minutes to play now here in the third period. Elmari looking for space. Can't find it. And again, Linköping back in control. Jay Toro sends it low. Playmaker just out of his reach. Kroketsky got it out of there quickly. Domi looking for a pass. Can't find it. And the mistiming with Kroketsky. It's an offside for Yip. 3:58 to go. Sin, you predicted that it would be an interesting one. I thought overtime. What do you think? Are we going to see a winner here in the last 4 minutes or so?
If Jyväsylä keeps on the way they're going, I think they have a great chance to end this one in regulation.
Chance, the shot blocked down in front. Scramble for it. Loimu was able to come up with it. Eki looking to find some space. Can't do it. Kroketsky is there in your face at nearly all times. Recovered by Domi. Kroketsky made that happen. Domi in front. Saved by Kape. Second chance for Indy doesn't go. Jay Toro was there to defend. Linköping able to settle things down and get the clean out. Sauce to Playmaker doesn't go. We approach the final minute of play here in this first game of 2 between these two teams down the back stretch of the regular season. Again, Jyväskylä with just 3 games left to play after the conclusion of this game. Linköping with a few more games at hand, this being their 25th game out of 30 on the season. Of course, these points matter so much for them as they continue to try and catch up. Potslav's shot paddled aside by Sibelius. 46 seconds to work with. Here comes Domi yet again. He'll drop it back. They look to reset. Indy can't get onside. Playmaker has it. A little bit of trouble. A huge hit there from Kroketsky, but he couldn't come up with it. Eki holds on to it. Potsov in front. Doesn't go. May have been blocked in front by Omari. A huge chance for Linköping. We're still tied.
Yeah, and I felt like Linköping a bit was playing for overtime there, not doing too much, kind of really dropping back into the trap and waiting for a moment to counterattack. They got it right there and almost got a goal.
Chance thrown in front. Potsov couldn't get a clean shot off. Domi was there. Final 21 seconds to work with. Domi leading the rush again. Finds Kroketsky. The cut back to protect. Throws it over. Indy can't get the shot off. Elmari the chance. Bouncing around. Recovered by Linköping. Final 10 seconds. A turnover from Loimu. Kroketsky now has it again. Eki, does he have time? 2 seconds to work with. Finds Playmaker, but Elmari was there on the interception. So you can see that play developing. Had a feeling Eki would pass it, but Omari sensed the same. It's been a while, but we're going to overtime. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, and in that situation, Sibelius definitely able to read the play a bit better. If the pass did come, his defenseman was there. He could play that shot just a bit more, and that's what you see there. He was a bit more squared up to the shot until he needed to move, and great job by the entire defense and goaltender right there of Jyväskylä, and I really liked their game as this went on. Linköping came out exceptionally strong, seemingly taking Jyväskylä by surprise, but as things went on, Jyväskylä got into their system. They're able to tie it up. They really seem to have the momentum, and Linköping kind of dropped back into their trap style with the counterattack. I think if they want to win in overtime here, they're going to have to get a bit more aggressive early on.
We'll see how it goes. Whenever we think we might be in store for a long overtime, we see quick winners. It tends to be the trend as Loimu able to hold on to that one. Eki wasn't there for the pass. Playmaker, the turnover, the slap shot doesn't go. Yip survive a scare there. Again, as we have a delayed call here, will Linköping take a penalty? Gigantic moment for Jyväskylä as it's turned over at the line. Sin didn't see who's going to the box.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. 25. That'll be Eki.
That's
maybe
Eki going to the box. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, just kind of pushing someone out of the way right there. Maybe looking for a shot or something. But yeah, we're gonna see their power play go to work right here. And again, it's kind of middle of the pack, but we'll see.
Well, the 5th-ranked power play right now at 30%. Again, perhaps not as high as you would expect to see, but we've seen Linköping's go to work and be unsuccessful. Chance here, though. Antti holding on to that one well. Linköping come back up with it, and J. Toro is able to clear. Domi regathers this one. We'll see what they can do. 1:10 to work with. Errant pass doesn't find its way to its intended target. Playmaker is able to send this one down as well. So, Sin, kind of similar to what we saw with the Linköping's first power play, just struggling to really gather the offensive zone. This one offside with 35 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, and interestingly, neither of these teams have, great penalty kills either. Linköping at around 77%. Jyväskylä's is around 78%. I mean, they're not incredibly good, but so far their penalty kills have been very good. Interesting.
Not sure what happened to Playmaker there. He's still struggling to recover. Chance to take advantage if they can. Domi back in front. Kape gets a foot to it. It might not have been on target anyway. One-time bomb is blocked in front by J. Toro from the point again. It doesn't find its way on net. Linköping clear. What an opportunity, a series of opportunities for Jyväskylä to end this one, and they just couldn't do it. They're back on the attack. Domi nearly found his way through 3 players. A couple of quick passes here. Chance as the shot doesn't go through from Loimu. Still has it. Another shot blocked down. Indy loses it on the back pressure from Eki. And Linköping will look to recover. 7 minutes gone here in the overtime. Miscommunication. Indy recovers for Yip. One-timer deflection doesn't go for Kroketsky. Eki a little bit of space to work with. hits Potzloff. Not able to find the space, though. Great recovery from Yip. Let's see what happens here now. Potzloff finds Playmaker, quickly loses it. Eki recovers, rushes the net. Loose puck, and it's in! Not sure who got it in, but
I think it's Eki.
Linköping able to walk away with this one. If it is indeed Eki, it was his second of the game, leading the way for his team. You talk about Playmaker being the guy and being the goal scorer. At the end of the day, it's Eki. There you go, confirmed, leading the way for his team, scoring both goals. Not the prettiest goal in the world to end it, but Sin, it hardly ever is.
Nope. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes. Just driving that net, looking for those blue-collar style goals. And there's 3 forwards for Linköping just pushing their way towards the front of the net. And bit of a loose puck there that Eki, and, you know, we saw Playmaker take a swipe at it as well. He missed. Eki got it on the backhand. And Sibelius just, I mean, I'm not going to say he was lost in the crease. He had to play, you know, he had to play kind of the percentages there. Most guys, you know, it looked like the puck was on, you know, the left side, his right. But unfortunately, it kind of went towards the middle left, and Eki just backhands it in. And good win there for Linköping. I feel like, I wouldn't say they got away with it, but as the game went on, Jyväsylä definitely started to look like the team that was dominating, you know, puck control and stuff like that. So anything can happen in OT, and that's why it's important sometimes just to get there. Each team pick up a point. You know, now Linköping gets that extra one, and that's huge for them. With so many games in hand, they have a real chance now to catapult themselves in to a first place if this series continues to go well from them.
Absolutely. And again, you want to talk about crucial results at this point in time. You just see how unfortunate that goal was. If you are a member or a fan of one Jyväsylä, the crucial thing for them, they at least pick up a point. And that is beyond important at this stage. They're on 48 points now this season. You have Linköping on 47. Again, Linköping still with games at hand, not only on Jyväsylä, but Havu Gaming, of course, who were number 1 in the standings heading into tonight's action. So the race at the top, just as close as the race at the bottom. For these 3, though, at least you know you're going to be making the postseason. We'll see, of course, you know, what happens later on. Again, the other series we're covering for you here after this second game between these two focuses a little bit more on the playoff battle at hand. But again, let's talk about Linköping and what they needed to do. I mean, again, you talk about the power play, not exactly firing on all cylinders like they would have wanted to do. They came, you know, out of the gates on, you know, firing on all cylinders, really. And it was kind of shocking to see them not be able to bury the early chances that they had. But good teams and great players, great teams and great players even, find ways to win. And that's what they did. Kape made some big saves when he was called upon. And I think that's what we really see with Linköping. And we saw it on display when they won the title last year. They don't get rattled. They constantly keep that momentum going. It's like, okay, we gave up a goal. That's all right. Head down, focus, you know, stay on the task at hand, and that's what they did. And as we said, you know, so often it's not the prettiest goal to win it in overtime, and that really was the strategy from both teams. All 3 goals, kind of an example. Now, granted, Eki's first goal was off of a turnover generated by Potzloff, but just get the puck in front of goal. Anything can happen. Call it the mixer, call it the blender, call it whatever you want, call it just traffic, whatever you want. There's a ton of names. I could fetch more right now, but I can't. It's just not happening. It's one of those things. I'll bring up the thesaurus again. The source of all sources. I think that's what the old thesaurus is for. Sin, when talking about Linköping, as I continue to make a fool out of myself, but hey, it's been a long day and we're gonna make the best of it. When talking about Linköping, what more do you have to do? Or is it just a matter of tightening some things up and hoping for more goals? What do you expect from them heading into the second game?
Yeah, I think you're hoping for more goals, but I'd really like to see them tighten things up on the back end. I think Loimo and Jay Toro, they like to take their time sometimes and, you know, kind of backtracking, which can work at times, but it really puts yourself at risk for turnovers in your own end. And we saw that several times when Truketsky would kind of hunt them down, or it was Antti or Indy forcing them, you know, into situations that didn't want, a couple miscues. And that's so, you know, oftentimes it's kind of, you know, not the greatest strategy to kind of bring the puck back into your own zone. And I think they almost paid for it a couple times here. So I'd like to see them clean that up. And, on Jyväskylä's side, that first period aside, I really liked their game. I think Kape made some enormous saves, and there's some huge shot blocks from J. Toro and Loimu, especially in that third period that prevented, Jyväskylä from, scoring and maybe even, taking the lead there, especially on the power play. And, if you're Jyväskylä now, you kind of almost have to be kind of scratching your head a bit. You've played well, you lost the game, and on top of that, you've now lost 3 out of your last 5 games. You got a point out of that one, sure, but you've still lost 3 out of your last 5. And, as you mentioned, they won 21 of their first 22 games. They're not trending in the direction that you want to trend just before the playoffs here in Linköping, with a great chance here to put themselves above Jyväskylä. And if they pick up another 2 points here, they can vault themselves ahead of Havu Gaming.
A win for either side here. And bottom line is Havu Gaming will not be number 1 in the league table following the conclusion of this game. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to be Jyväskylä who jumped them or Linköping. And if you are Jyp, you're going to want to walk away with the 2 points here to keep that pressure on Linköping, who again have 2 games at hand on you and the 3 games at hand on Havu. Again, a look at the bottom of the standings as well. Of course, you would have seen it's very interesting as well, as we'll be covering again Färjestad and Luleå a little bit later on. You got to look at the updated team stats following that game as well. The power play percentage dropping for both teams. Not a big surprise there, but Linköping now up to a ridiculous 110 goals for this season, rocking that 23-1-1 record. Not bad for the defending champions. This has to be like Detroit Red Wings-esque. Late 90s, you sit here and it's they won the Stanley Cup. What are they going to do next year? They might be better. So It's got to be demoralizing for every other team in this league to look at Linköping and just be like, okay, this is happening again.
Mm-hmm. But if there is a team out there, I think who can kind of take these guys down, I do think it's Jyväskylä. I think their play style really kind of throws these teams at the top 4 a loop. Very defensive play style, very physical. Like we mentioned, the top teams don't seem to be that physical. And we saw, Linköping having to kind of start hitting themselves because you just couldn't move Kriketski off the puck at times. Now, if Jyväskylä can start scoring a bit more, I mean, it can get scary. But yeah, Linköping, you can't take anything away from the defending champs. I mean, their offense is just off the charts, and everyone's a threat. We talk about Playmaker so much as a goal scorer. Well, that was Eki getting 2 goals, and one of them the game winner in overtime. And it's just, wow. I mean, we're seeing the elite of the elite go head-to-head, and dare I say, perhaps a preview of the finals. Jyväskylä surprising so many people, including myself, this being, their kind of debut into the ECL Elite. And wow, are they making a statement?
Absolutely. So again, a friendly reminder as we continue to set the stage for you. Again, a battle between 2 and 3 in the standings of the ECL Elite Season 10 here. Coming at you in just a few moments. But a friendly reminder, of course, if you're watching us on Twitch right now, drop us a follow. If you haven't already, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at NHL Gamer. And of course, NHLGamer.com for all the information that you need, not only about the ECL Elite Division, but the other 3 divisions that we have. 196 teams competing within 4 tiers. You have the Russian side of things as well. Some interesting races there as well. Intrigued to see how that league plays out. And of course, the North American side of things as well with the NACL currently in the semifinals of the playoffs. Sin and I do believe we'll be joining you tomorrow night, Tuesday night, for the next broadcast there before the finals will be coming up very, very soon. Super excited for that, to see how that plays out. So again, NHLGamer.com for all the information that you need. These teams, of course, battling for the largest prize pool in competitive NHL esports history. And ultimately, I mean, you talk about 2 of the favorites. We have 2 of the favorites for you here at this point in time. I also want to mention I want to mention just one thing here, Sid. One thing here. Now, unfortunately, it might be a little bit more time before we're able to get into this game. I'm not entirely sure. Time will tell. We'll figure it out. We're working with you here. We'll make the best of it as we continue to go along. But the one thing we didn't get to cover, and I'm kind of glad that we have a little bit more time here, ultimately to cover it as a talking point. Jyväskylä, what do they have to do here, really, to get back into it? I mean, you talked about it. In terms of the first period, rough start, but they really started to turn it on. I mean, obviously, the thought of, okay, just kind of do more of what you did in game, in the second and third period of that first game. But all in all, like, is it one player in particular that has to step up? Like, what are we looking at here for Jyväskylä to really get back into this?
No, I think they just got to come out strong. They got to play the way they played in the, second two periods in this first period today. I think Domi and Omari got, on the ropes early. They, coughed up some turnovers early on, which led to Linköping taking the lead. Obviously, Jyväskylä tied it back up towards the end there. But I think just more of the same from Jyväskylä, and just don't get into a hole early, because if Linköping can begin to sit back and kind of counterattack, that's where I think they're the most strong against these elite teams. But credit to Domi and Omari, especially Domi. He broke up a couple kind of partial breakaways for Playmaker there, and it could have been a lot worse for Jyväskylä. So let's see what happens in this one.
Game 2, Yip in the black and white, Linköping in the white. We'll see how this goes. Again, Linköping picking up a 2-1 victory in that first game. But Jyväskylä on the attack here early on. Domi has it at the point, looks to step down, can't get the pass. Eki was there, turnover chance for Antti, and he scores! What a start for Jyväskylä, striking within the opening few minutes of the game, and off of a really unforgivable turnover there, not a turnover that you would have expected in the defensive zone from Linköping.
Yeah, and we wanted to see Jyväskylä get off to a better start. I think a goal in the first few minutes is definitely that. Yeah, as you said, kind of a, unforgivable turnover right there. You can't have that happen, and that's, the flip side of kind of trying to take your time with it sometimes as a defenseman. Oftentimes, you just want to kind of chip that puck out. Antti making him pay for it with the turnover and the goal there.
Absolutely. So an opportunity early on that is taken advantage of for Jyväskylä. This one is poked away. Linköping will be forced to reset. Again, a friendly reminder here as this game actually did start on time. Shout out to our sponsors at Esports and Prisma Gaming for helping this happen. Kriketsky off the turnover, gets it poked away, still fought on for. Potslov's able to recover that one. Couple of quick passes with Loimu, who cannot time it with Eki. So pretty good start here for the through the first 3.5 minutes for Jyväskylä. Easy for me to say so.
Yeah, and Linköping kind of on the ropes early on, now in a hole, so they're going to have to get aggressive. They can't afford to start sitting back and look to counterattack. They're going to have to do what they did in period 1, and I think Jyväskylä a bit more prepared for it here in this second game. I don't know how easy it'll come for Linköping.
Playmaker back to the point. Loimu has it. Pass to J. Toro. Bides his time. Slap shot gets through. Big blocker save by Sibelius. Kriketsky sends it back down low. Domi able to evade the attacker there. Getting all tongue-tied today, but making the best of it. What can you say when the action is this fast-paced? It's easy to make mistakes. Chance there, mistake on defense, and he scores! It's Indy who's able to bury it. Another handstand, one of the best celebrations that you can bust out. Sin, better start for Jyväskylä. Yeah, check mark to that box.
Yeah, and 2 goals, more goals than they scored in the last one. Another one forced off the turnover. They noticed something, they made an adjustment, and now they're putting even more pressure on the Linköping breakout. And Linköping doesn't seem to have an answer right now. 2-0 for Jyväskylä within the first 10 minutes of the first period.
A perfect start for Jyväskylä in response. We talked about Linköping's hot start in the first period of last game. They weren't able to take advantage of it. Yep, not making the same mistake. Indy has it again down low. Kriketsky in the corner. Dishes it back to Indy. Tried to get the quick pass in front. Could not do so. Playmaker was there to help on defense. Missed time there. Eki was way offside, but they recover. Loimu stepping in. Big spin. Can't get it back in front as Sibelius is able to track that one down against the post. But a big chance there. Not surprising to see Linköping's defense get a little bit more involved on the rush to break down that blue line trap from Yip. Big face-off here. Eki comes up with it. Loimu shot on blocker, saved by Sibelius yet again. Sibelius coming up with some big saves early on. Kurketsky almost a self-pass off of Eki's skates. Still in possession. Antti not able to time it right with Indy. Linköping back in possession yet again. Good stick lift there to deny Eki the possession. Not sure who got him on that one. Big hit there. Space for Antti. Drives wide. Dishes it around the back. Indy is there. Tries to cycle out. He does. Kurketsky tries the extra pass. Can't find the target as Eki's able to recover, but can he find the pass to Playmaker? Unable to do so. It's onside off the defenseman. Still alive for Linköping. J. Toro shot doesn't go through. 2-on-1 developing the other way. Indy, the space, throws it in front, and he scores! A huge goal for Jyväskylä. They are 3 for 3 as Antti finds the back of the net on that one. Absolutely phenomenal play there to find its way through, and just the efficiency has been on point.
Unfortunate break for Loimu. Played that one as good as he could, getting back into the play, going down with the I guess it's L1 here. They're playing on PlayStation. Goes down with the L1 there, unable to stop the pass and just buried by Antti. I mean, well, we wanted to see, Jyväskylä score more. They've definitely done that. 3-on-3 shots in the first period. Poor Kape back there. I mean, he's kind of in good position for them all. He just can't seem to get a piece of them or knock them aside, and it just seems like every pass is getting through right now for Jyväskylä. They're forcing turnovers on Linköping's breakout, and Linköping hasn't been able to establish much at all. And you mentioned a really good stick lift there to deny Eki possession. I think that was Domi once again. I think that's the third just amazing defensive play he's done to prevent a partial breakaway against his squad. I mean, Jyväskylä, what a start here.
At the end of the day, you go with what works. Both teams trying to take advantage, getting those pucks into the high danger areas. It pays off there with a charged up pass. Linköping in response. Playmaker on the doorstep. Can't find a way to tuck it home. Sibelius there yet again. Crucial for Linköping to get back into this game. I think a goal within the next 5:53 could really be, of course, what they need to kickstart. Otherwise, I mean, you go down 3-0, if not worse, heading into that second period. It could be trouble. Potzloff recovers after Loimu's shot. Doesn't make it through. But again, Yip in possession. A little bit of space here to work with. Antti the self-sauce. The big cut move. Kurketsky still fighting for it. He comes up with it. A little bit of contact. Still fighting, though. Opportunity recovered by Linköping. Can they find Playmaker on the quick out? They settle. Eki dishes it back to his defenseman. J. Toro not able to find the space. Again, Jyväskylä holding things down. Kape is going to play this one. J. Toro's there. Final 3 minutes to play now. In the first period, a stunning 3-goal lead for Jyväskylä off the back of a 2-1 overtime win for Linköping. It was, again, Eki scoring both goals for his team, and that one he has to step up. Potzloff to Eki. Potzloff. Playmaker can't come up with that one. Domi was there. We're approaching the final minute. Recovered by Kurketsky. Tries to tuck it. He can't do it. The loose puck is covered up by Kape. Antti was there on the doorstep. Just couldn't get a piece of it. 54.9 might go down to 54.7 as it typically does. And indeed it does. That little 0.2 second runoff. So we'll see what happens here on the biggest draw of the game thus far. Potzloff comes up with it. J. Toro finds Eki. Now it's Playmaker. The chance. Sauce is over. Denied by Sibelius. J. Toro just can't find the back of the net. Turnover here. Toro takes the hit. Eki still fights for it. Loimu to the point. Potzloff shot. Save by Sibelius. Found its way through. But with 1.5 to go here in the first, he makes the cover. Will we see a Tyler Toffoli-esque goal here? And the end stage is 1.4 to go. Potzloff can't win it clean. Sin, that'll do it. What a start, a statement for Jyväskylä. 3 goals on their first 3 shots.
Yeah, well, we felt that, or probably they felt as well, that they didn't quite get rewarded for some of their chances in the last game. They sure as heck did in this one. 3 goals off 3 shots. They have a 4th shot now, which Kape was able to keep out of the net. But if you're Linköping, you kind of got to be reeling right now. You're unable to gain the zone. What you're trying just hasn't worked so far, and you're down 3 goals, and you only have 2 periods left to kind of get that back. Now, don't count Linköping out. They can come back. We have seen them come back from huge deficits before, whether it's a series, whether it's a game, but they're going to have to make the adjustments. Their simple break-ins aren't working. Look to them and maybe switch stuff up. Dumps, area sauces into the zone, anything to try to break through the Jyväskylä fortress at the blue line.
Puck at the blue line here, though, for Jyväskylä. Antti has it, tries to send it into the middle, couldn't do it. Kroketski still fighting for it. Again, Linköping, if there's any team that can find a way back, it is them. Eki draws the trip. Unsure who's going to the box here. That is Domi.
Domi, yeah.
Again, a key defensive player, obviously, for Jyväskylä. Great chance here for Linköping. Couldn't take advantage of power plays in that first game, though. Playmaker throws it in front, not there. Great defense by Kroketski. I think we talk about Kroketski a lot for the wrecking ball style that he plays, but he's so good defensively as well. Loimu tries the individual effort, can't find a way through. Puck recovered by Antti. He'll take his time. Dangerous game, but it is cleared out by Ilmari. Halfway through the man advantage for Linköping. And so far, so good for Jyväskylä. 40 seconds now. Loimu over the line. A little bit of space. J. Toro recovers it. D-to-D pass here. Still looking for space. Loimu steps in. Tried to sauce it in front. Couldn't do it. Blocked by Indy. And cleared. Sin another successful kill for Jyväskylä. And again, that's one of the things we talked about. Linköping's power play, not as efficient as you might think. Playmaker, space, finds Zeki. Tried to get the pass to Loimu. Kroketski was there again. Gonna look to find Indy here, perhaps. He holds onto it, takes the hit at the line. Linköping back in possession. 5 minutes gone now in the first period. Linköping, again, going to try to get to the offensive zone. They just can't do so. That blue line trap right now on point as Domi avoids the pressure from Eki. Risky pass there. If you can get away with them, you might have space like Domi does now, though. Looks to kick it back to the point, perhaps. Holds onto it himself. He's going to be forced all the way back to the neutral zone by Eki. What an effort.
Yeah, but it kind of benefits Jyväskylä as long as they don't turn it over. Careful now, but, you know, the time ticking down, that's definitely there's 2-on-1 developing.
Chance for Indy. Takes the shot. Doesn't elect to pass to Antti, and Kape makes the save. A close call for Linköping yet again. Eki still fighting for this one. Antti comes up with it. A little bit of trouble. Eki has it again. Tried to find Potslov. Still fought for. Kroketski now for Jyväskylä. Can he find the space? Antti is there. Indy with him, but he's not able to make the pass. Great defense from Loimu. Big stretch pass doesn't go. Linköping trying everything right now to break down that defense. Indy has it in front. Loose puck is covered by Kape with 9:41 remaining here in the second period. Still a 3-0 lead for Jyväskylä. Huge face-off coming up.
Yeah, and that was a very good pass right there. I think that was Antti cutting out front of the net. If he got that puck cleanly, he had a chance to put that in on the shot.
Big face-off win. Indy unable to hold on to it. J. Toro's there. Looking for the big stretch pass. Caught out by Domi. Eki had space. Indy looks to bide time. Throws it back in front. Couldn't find the target on that pass. Playmaker to Eki. Loimu stepping up. He gets it and he scores! Force it. Do what you have to do. You get the goal that you need. Eki finds Loimu on the sauce. And out of nowhere, Linköping are back in this one. It's 3-1.
Yep, and it's just seemed like for a while Linköping was just kind of pounding their head against the wall, just trying the same things over and over again on the break-in. That time it works, and Loimu streaking down the right wing side from his place on defense to go to the front of the net. Just a beautiful pass by Eki, and Loimu puts it 5-holder back within 2. I still think they're going to need to switch things up on the break-ins. They're not gaining the zone with any efficiency right now. Yeah, you just got 1. It's a 2-goal deficit, but you still need 2 more. You're still going to have to break through Jyväskylä's, trap there at the blue line more regularly, or else Sibelius back there, he's going to keep being able to shut you down here.
Again, it was an unfortunate break for Sibelius on that goal. Just not able to hold the butterfly. Whether or not it made him stand up or not, the result is the same. Kroketski in front, not able to get a shot off. Domi stepping up here. Has it in the corner. Looks for the pass. Can he find it? Eki with the bumps. Antti tried to find Kroketski. He just couldn't do it. Eki can't find Potslov on the pass. Was looking for Loimu to make the play. Trouble in front. Loose puck recovered by Linköping. Eki finds Playmaker, the bit of space. The spin. Potslov can't get the shot off. May have been a stick on it from a defender. Great chance there, though, for Linköping as they try to battle back into this one. Ilmari stepping up for Yip around the back. It's Kroketsky now. Looking for space. 3 players there. He's unable to hold on to it. Quick passes. 3 minutes to play now in the second period. Hotzloff looking. Can't find the pass. Antti was there to help out his defense. He'll drop it back now to Domi. Looking to step up. Gains the line. A little bit of trouble. Miscommunication there, as Antti will have to look to reset, and he cannot time it well with Indy. 1:38 to play here in the second period. Sin, an opportunity for both teams to really turn the tides of this game.
Yeah, if Jyväskylä, I mean, if they can get some more pressure, it seems like they're more content with killing this period out. You know, they do have the 2-goal lead. They're trusting in their goaltender and defense, but if they can somehow manage to get another one here, either before the period ends or early in the third, they could really have a chance to put Linköping away. I mean, their defense has just been too good so far. Linköping just hasn't found a way to beat it consistently.
Kroketsky fights for that one, just not able to gain possession. Final 10 seconds of play here in the second. Hotzloff tries to gain the line, has trouble, still has it. Can they get a shot off? The answer is no, as Domi pins it against the boards to wind down the clock. So Linköping able to try and crawl their way back into this one. They get now to within 2. Still have a long way to go.
Yeah, a really long way to go. And as I mentioned, I don't think they've made kind of the necessary adjustments really in that period to start, you know, getting past Jyväskylä's blue line defense. I mean, they're just been so good at holding the blue line, and Linköping probably one of the better teams with their passing and the ability to break it in, and we've seen them maybe do it, I'd say less than 5 times in that period where they're able to gain the blue line cleanly. And if you're not able to do that, you're not able to, you know, get possession, you're not able to get those rush plays, you can't set up in the offensive zone. And if you're not getting those pucks in deep, you're not able to pressure Jyväskylä's defense because they're just turning it over at the blue line and moving it out quickly.
Good opportunity here, though, for Linköping early on. We'll see what they can do, and the answer is not much. Indy gets the pass, the space save by Kape. Gigantic moment there for Linköping as Kape comes up huge with that save to keep this a 2-goal game. Opportunity again, not able to do anything with it, though. Yip back on the attack. Domi tries to send it. Actually, that was Amari, excuse me. Tried to send it down low. Was unable to do so. Both defensemen so active for Jyväskylä. And again, for Linköping as Toro threw that one on. Great pressure from Playmaker doesn't result in a solid opportunity, but still a shot on goal nonetheless, or at least a trickling puck. On the backhand, he scores! What ruthless efficiency! You want to call out who has good thumbs in this community. Look no further. Antti buries that one. Jyväskylä back up by 3.
And once again, just another play that simply doesn't happen without Kroketsky. Just an incredible pass right there to find Indy with giving him the space that he needs. Makes one move and gets around Kape there. I mean, Kroketsky was surrounded by 3 white jerseys right there, still somehow managed to get the pass through, and that aggression coming out from Linköping to try to force that turnover is kind of what they need to do, but that's just going to allow Jyväskylä just that little bit more space. If they get the passes through, bigger chances for them offensively.
A hat-trick hero buries his 3rd of the game. Antti leading the way for Jyväskylä. Again now back up by 3. A little bit of trouble here, though. On the press from Linköping, they have to go all out now. Playmaker looks to step up. He's been quiet, held scoreless thus far, despite being the leading goal scorer. Kroketsky the chance, saved by Kape. Second chance for Antti. He just couldn't pull the trigger. Kroketsky back in possession. Slap shot deflects wide. Still retained, though. Domi shot blocked all the way down and back to Sibelius's right. As again, Domi looking to bide time, looking to shrug off Eki. Little bit of dangerous opportunities there, dangerous moves, but it pays off. As again, right now, Jyväskylä playing with confidence. You want to make sure it's not arrogance at a certain point, but with 10.5 minutes to go, it's a long way back for Linköping. Eki gets just manhandled from behind there. What a play. Chance now again. Domi protects Kroketsky. Can't get it on net. Sauce pass, they go for it, off the pads of Sibelius, and he's able to maintain it, denying Eki the opportunity. I mean, perfectly done by Sibelius.
Yeah, and I'm finally I've seen a couple other instances where I thought Linköping was going to go for the Hail Mary play, but they elected not to. It's almost like they're hesitant or afraid of what might happen if they failed.
Shot on by Loimu, denied by Sibelius. The top goaltender in the league stepping up. Risky play, save! Loose puck recovered, though, and cleared. What a moment there. Kroketsky playing with fire. And that's really been the theme of this game since Jyväskylä picked up that fourth goal. Dangerous plays in their own defensive zone. It nearly came back to haunt them, and it results now in this defensive zone draw that Potzloff wins. The pass from Eki doesn't go as Antti able to find Indy. Bit of space here for the winger. Cuts back, sends it down low. Antti can't chase that one down, but he fights for it. Potzloff's able to come up with it. 6.5 to play now here in the third period. Loimu stepping up. Potzloff can't get it under control. Banks it off the back of the net. And recovered now again by Domi. Tries to find Kroketsky. A bit of bad luck for Jyväskylä. This one will go for icing, but again, still up by 3. Just under 5.5 minutes to play. So we'll see what happens on this draw. Huge moment here again. Potzloff the advantage in draws heading into this series. Tie up. Fought for. Eki comes up with it. J. Toro's shot doesn't get through. Blocked well by Omari. Jyväskylä trying to maintain possession. They can't. Playmaker to Potzloff. Saved by Sibelius. Potzloff didn't get all of it. Playmaker. Toro. Loimu. Second chance. He scores. It's Eki. He's been the main man for Linköping all night. And he gets another one. Sin. They're back within striking distance. Under 5 minutes to play, though.
Yep, I mean, I believe in this team's ability to get back, but I also believe in the construct of time. I don't know if they have enough. We've seen crazier things. If a team can do it, it's Linköping, and they're going to go all out here, and that's what I'm most excited for. I am most excited to see a Linköping team crank up the aggression to 11 and just put it all on the line here in the last couple minutes. If they force overtime somehow, it's a win no matter what. But 2 goals to make up still and not a whole lot of time left.
Again, the winner of this game moves into the top spot in the standings with a little time remaining in the regular season. A whole hell of a lot to play for. Playmaker tries to throw it into the middle. No pass was there. Chance for Elmari. Tries to cut into the middle. Was shut down by Loimu. Linköping back in possession. Loimu finds Eki. Bit of space. Playmaker for Loimu. The shot gets through. But Sibelius is there to make the save. 2 minutes on the dot to go in a 2-goal game.
And Sibelius is just not coughing up a lot of rebounds here. He's in perfect position. He makes the save, covers it up, and Linköping just unable to get those second opportunities.
Into the mixer. They can't come up with it, though. There's a big face-off win for Linköping. They have it again. Eki tried to go back to Potzloff. He recovers possession anyway. Loimu looking for space. Kroketsky's on him. Eki around the back. Playmaker tries to hustle to get there. Toro can't hold it in. Kroketsky chasing him down. 50 seconds to play. Recovered by Loimu. We'll see what he can do. He sends it. Eki's there. It's off the net and covered by Sibelius. 2 highly unfortunate plays and bounces for Linköping on those attempts.
A perfect attempt right there. If he was just a little bit to the left right there, the bounce would have been perfect there for Eki.
Chance Eki. J. Toro bombs it home. Sin. Are we witnessing the comeback? It is down to 1. J. Toro makes it happen. His 5th goal of the season. We're due for one hell of a finish here.
My goodness, you just had a feeling they were going to get one more. The question of when would it come? There's still 40 seconds left in this third period. 40 seconds of real time. Plenty of time here for Linköping to get that tying goal. And Jyväskylä has got to be careful now. The comeback kids are coming to play, and they have plenty of time to tie this one up. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a wild finish here, Tugi.
Defending champs for a reason. Loimu with space. Potzloff now. Eki recovers. Having trouble with Kroketsky. Still battled for on the half wall. Big hit from Loimu. They're running one defenseman back, and it's J. Toro fighting with Indy. Indy sends it around the back. Step up there by Elmari. Tried to get it on net. He couldn't. 20 seconds to play. Big interception there by Kroketsky to win it on the back check. They'll draw it back. Indy tries to find the target. Antti has it. Can he make the play? Around the back, final 8 seconds, one more rush for Linköping. It's Eki, Can he make the play? Playmaker has it. Can he throw it on net? It deflects wide, and Jyväskylä hold on to take it in regulation. That vaults them ahead of Havu Gaming, and as it stands, they are the top team in the Elite Division with just a few games remaining. Unbelievable stuff there between Linköping and Jyväskylä. Again, if you missed it, Linköping taking game one by the score of 2-1 in overtime. But Jyväskylä battle back and hold on to win it 4-3 in regulation. More importantly, perhaps, than winning the game, which was incredibly important, you deny Linköping a point. Exactly, and we talked about the games at hand that they have. That is, I mean, that's like pulling off the double. You might as well have won both games. That is gigantic for Jyväskylä as they continue to try and hold that top spot now in the league. Again, we talked about their struggles as of late. You're going to be feeling good after taking 3 or 4 points off of Linköping here.
Yeah, and you know, as rough as it was for Jyväskylä after that first game, all things considered, they're the ultimate winner here. They get 3 points as opposed to Linköping's 2. Yeah, you know, I mean, overtime's getting there, you know, very important in the grand scheme of things. Even if you lose sometimes, I mean, the extra point's great. Linköping had to fight for that extra point that they got in the first game, but they just got themselves in too deep of a hole there in the second one. And, you know, Jyväskylä getting the points that they needed out of that. And I just want to point out Kraketsky in that second game, 2 assists, 10 hits. And I saw at the end, I was like, what kind of build is this guy using? He's using a grinder build. Don't see that too often, but when you do see it in EASHL 6s, usually 10 hits a game is to follow, and he's very hard to knock up the puck too. I mean, he just seems like he's very comfortable with that build, knows it so well. But yeah, we almost saw I mean, you have to be rooting for Linköping in those situations. They get it within 1. There's 40 seconds left, but they just couldn't establish their attack. You know, credit to Jyväskylä for, you know, kind of harnessing the desperation Linköping was throwing at him and getting some chances of their own and keeping the puck away from those high danger areas. Because I got to tell you, when you allow those 2 goals late in the third period and you only have a 1-goal lead, your hands begin to sweat. They begin to shake even. It's a scary situation because, you know, if you blow that lead, it's a disheartening feeling. But they're able to hold on, get the dub. Kudos to Linköping for coming back, but maybe next time, you know, can't afford to put yourself in a hole that early.
It's going to be interesting to see how both teams rebound. Again, Jyväskylä move into the top spot in the standings for now. Linköping a bit of a setback to walk away with just 2 points tonight. But again, they still have games at hand, and that might be able to propel them to the top of the standings. Sin, you talked about builds. I mean, I could sit here and ask these guys for builds, but it would be like a Bugatti owner handing his keys to someone who drives a Honda Civic. I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. With that said, we are not done yet. We will be back after a brief intermission. We go from focusing at the top of the league table to the playoff hunt. Luleå's last chance. Again, a bit of a Swedish derby here, as Luleå need to really pull off the double here and pick up all 4 points to keep their playoff hopes alive against fellow Swedish club in Färjestad. 2 games between those 2 teams coming up very, very shortly. Stick with us. We will be back in just a few moments. And we are back. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed that first series between 2 of our top 3 teams. But now we shift our focus over to our next series. Again, 2 teams on the fringe in desperate need of points, 4 valuable points up for grabs here. Again, each team playing 30 games in the regular season. This is our final week. This is their final push. Luleå hockey currently tied for 14th in the league, going up against the 10th ranked Färjestad BK. Sin, very big night. As much as we talked about the points that were up for grabs for Linköping and for Jyväskylä, both of these 2 teams on the bubble need to walk away with the points here. And at the same time, they have the ability to knock the competition down. And especially in Luleå's case, it would knock them out of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, they have a chance to play spoiler, and if they want any prayer, perhaps sneaking into that 8 spot, because I think at this point, that's all Luleå could really hope for. They need 4 points, and they almost need to not give up any points to Färjestad as well. I mean, it's a tough situation Luleå's found themselves in, but, you know, I can't say they did it to themselves necessarily, but, you know, you kind of, at the end of the day, your results are, you know, are your results, and they just haven't been able to score enough. And they're going up against a team who scores quite a bit considering where they're ranked in Färjestad.
Absolutely. As you get a look at the Färjestad lineup, of course, we'll get to the individual breakdowns in a moment. The thing to note for Färjestad right now, 2-2 in their last 4 games, but they did pull off an upset victory in their last series against Jyväsylä. It was a 3-2 victory. They were outshot 22-5 in that game, Sin, but walked away with the win. The man between the pipes in that game is the man between the pipes for them in this 2-game series, that being Rönnqvist. And as we mentioned, you know, with FBK right now, 2 points away from the current 8th seed Ghetto Firebirds. These are their 2 games in hand over the Firebirds as well. They have 6 games left. This is the time to walk away with wins. For Luleå, your last 4 games, 2 wins, 2 losses. You know, you picked up, you know, crucial points against Gotham Knights, who are just ahead of you in the standings right now by 1 point. You have 2 games at hand on them. They lost both of the games that they played to 4th-rated H-Reds, however. So, again, as you talk about it and you look at the league structure, the left side of the bracket is where you want to be. The top 8 make the playoffs, normal seeding as you would expect, with 1 taking on 8, 2 against 7, so on and so forth. But the crucial thing to point out here, the bottom 4 teams are in danger. 13, 14, and 15 have the ability to fight for their right to stay in. The last ranked team in 16, which right now is almost famous, automatically relegated down to the 2nd tier if you find yourselves in that spot. So Luleå right now pretty much going to escape that death sentence. But if you lose out here, again, your playoff hopes are most certainly done and dusted, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. And again, as talked about, you know, Färjestad 2 games at hand on Ghetto Firebirds, who have been bumped down to 9th at this stage. But they have 4 games at hand and are only 3 points behind SJ Gaming, who are currently in 8th. So both teams with so much to play for. You got to look at the lineup. Let's take a look at the team stats before getting in to the individual breakdown as well. And Sin, you alluded towards it. The biggest issue for Luleå, their lack of finishing. Just 34 goals this season, dead last in the league.
Yeah, and it's just, it hasn't been there for them. And it's not so much that they're skill-wise, their chances aren't there. It's just they can't finish. And after a certain amount of time, you can't really keep chalking it up to bad luck. We're almost at the end of the season now. You got to change something. You got to fix something for Luleå when it comes to your offense. You have a great goaltender back there in Saprix. Can be inconsistent at times, but when he's on, and he can give you those 1-0 shutout wins. But what would be nice for him is for his team to put up a few more goals in front of him, because when you're, not having the greatest of games, relying on your offense to get things done can help. Now, the good thing about this is Färjestad, very good at putting up goals. They're actually 5th in this league in goals for. That's pretty good. I mean, 2.42 goals for per game, but defensively is where they struggle. 3.04 goals against. So if there's any time for you to get your offense going, here's your chance. On the flip side, though, Färjestad, if you want to try to shore up your defensive numbers against Luleå, who's having trouble scoring, now might be a good time.
Absolutely. With that, let's get into the individual breakdowns as we continue to set the stage for you. Again, 2 games coming at you between Färjestad and Luleå. Both teams battling for those very, very prized playoff spots. And of course, as always, we start off with our center matchup. For Färjestad, we see Maisa right there. 42 points in 24 games. Extremely impressive. On the flip side, we have Teahola. Now, Sim, we've talked about Ahola quite a bit. The thing, of course, that stands out, only 1 goal this season for a proven goal scorer in the past. But defensively, he still does the job that you need, of a strong two-way center in this league. He leads his team in takeaways. It's not all bad for Ahola this season.
No, yeah, definitely not. You just mentioned he leads in takeaways. He also leads his team in assists with 16. So, despite not getting himself on, the goal scoring sheet, he's still finding other ways, to be effective. But in a season where your team's struggling to score, that one goal is really starting to stand out and kind of, be a pretty big factor. And on the flip side, you have Miza there, definitely kind of the assist man, leads his team with 33 assists. And yeah, that's just for, you can just see what the difference is between these two teams in the offensive category. Ahola leading his team with 16 assists, Miza with 33. I mean, it's double. And it's pretty nuts. And when it comes to face-offs, Ahola does have, a bit of the advantage. But again, it's going to come down to those key draws. And if Ahola, can really, get the possession for his team against Färjestad's weaker defense, you never know what can happen. Maybe they can finally start to break out of this slump and at least give themselves some hope for next season.
Could indeed be the case. With that, we move over to the winger matchup for Luleå. We see Mookie Masterian, the captain of the team, Martindale. For Färjestad, we have Afe and Bastian. Some interesting notes here, though, of course, with these two teams. Bastian, surprised he's not a center. His face-off percentage when called upon is spectacular for a right winger. And for Martindale as well, again, the captain of the team, has done what a captain often has to do. He's played a bit of defense this year as well. Plays wherever he's called upon, but looked particularly dangerous in the past week offensively. He really does need to step up that production, though. And again, Mookie Mysterio with just 25 points compared to Afe or Bastian, who are in the mid to high 30s. Again, it really does speak to Luleå's trouble scoring.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, that's been the trend all year for them. I mean, just inability to score. But one thing I do want to point out for Martindale here, we kind of mentioned what a jack of all trades he is. He also leads the entire league in shorthanded goals with 2 of them. So good counterattack ability from him. And I think we saw him score a shorty in the last series we covered for them. And I believe it was their only goal of the game against H-Reds as well. So the captain steps up when he's called upon. He does just that. And on the flip side, Bastian, Afe, both just great goal scorers, and paired with Miza in the middle, who is an incredible assist man. It can be a pretty dangerous front 3, and that's good because when it comes to the defense, not a ton of scoring from that back end.
Absolutely. But speaking to that defense, we take a look at the combinations here. For Luleå, we have Furian and Kanalapena. For Färjestad, it is Rubitas and Totali. Again, some decent point totals across the board, for defensemen, of course, but Rubitas leading the way, 22 points in 24 games. We look for him to kind of be the main man leading the charge offensively when it comes to the defensemen in this matchup.
Yeah, and we're kind of seeing sort of the old meta coming out from Färjestad there, with one, defenseman getting a lot of points, being the primary puck mover, and another one seeming more like the shutdown guy, and that's Totali. Only 10 points in 24 games played. Similar takeaways, slightly more giveaways, though. So it's almost like Totali does have the puck to move it, often maybe the first guy breaking it out, but also on the flip side gets pressured a lot more for that. So he's got to be careful here to keep, the puck out of the hands of the forecheck of Luleå if they do get aggressive. When it comes to, Fury and Kanalapena, I've mentioned a few times before, Kanalapena, one of my most underrated defensive-minded defensemen in this game. I mean, he's a big reason why Saprix, does as well as he does, and Luleå is kind of, a pretty decent defensive team, all things considered. I think he's just a great guy at shutting things down, makes the big picks, great with his defensive skill stick. Could work on his puck moving, definitely. He's just kind of sometimes, creates some ill-advised turnovers, or in the offensive zone, the offense can die on his stick at times. And Fury, again, pretty good on the point-scoring side of things. 4 goals as well, which is within the rankings, I mean, pretty high for a defenseman too. So everyone in Luleå is going to have to step up to produce offense, but definitely Fury and Kanalapena are going to have to try to maybe even take some more chances than they're used to try to spring their offensive Luleå.
And with that, we bring it to the goaltending matchup for Luleå, the man they call upon perhaps more than he would wish. But we have Saprix. He has bailed out this team time and time again. And again, talking about the team that has the weakest offense in the league, having a 77 save percentage, not where you want to be as a goaltender, but still respectable given the circumstances. The man on the other side, we see Rundqvist still looking for his first shutout of the season. But again, Sim, with both of these two, you're talking about more than capable goaltenders. Now, we had the discussion earlier in the Linköping Jyväsylä breakdown whether or not the goaltenders were made by the team. I do have to wonder, if you put these two guys on one of the top three, one of the big three, what would those numbers look like? I think oftentimes, you see the weaker numbers and you're like, okay, middle of the road goaltenders. I believe these two are two of the best that this league has to offer.
Yeah, for me, Saprix is very, very good when he's on his game, but as we saw last week, he can get off his game, and when he's sliding around too much, when he's not, perfectly poised and like good positionally, he tends to suffer and his team tends to suffer. That being said, when he's on, few look better than him. And on the flip side, Rundqvist, you talked about, them stealing a game off Jyväsylä. I believe you said the shots were 22-5. Rundqvist has the propensity to steal games every now and then, and that definitely falls into a category. Rundqvist can just have those performances that are just seemingly above his numbers. And yeah, as you mentioned, if you put Rundqvist on one of those top teams, Havu, Jyväsylä, Linköping, hell, even Atrevs, I think Rundqvist would be in the mid-80s for save percentage, no question.
I can't help but agree. Sim, with that, again, we are just about ready to kick things off here, the first game of two between these two teams. Before that, though, let's bring it to the keys to success, kicking things off with Luleå. Now, last time I made you read off this horrible play on words. This time I'll do it. It's Aloha Ahala Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now, we pointed him out last time, but perhaps he is waking up a bit. He had 8 shots on net in his last series, and that's the most that he's had in any series this season. But as we talked about, still just 1 goal on the season. He needs to find the back of the net. We know he can do it. He has it in him. He has the established track record. He's been in this league for a long time at the elite level. We're going to see if he can wake up. But again, for Luleå as well, they are penalty kill specialists. Now, they have the 4th most efficient PK, which is extremely impressive for a team that is currently in a relegation spot. Even more impressive, though, Sin, they're a danger. They have 3 of the league's 11 short-handed goals. But a better idea is to probably stay out of the box in the first place. There's a reason as to why they're so good on the penalty kill. It's because they find themselves on the kill extremely often. They have the 2nd most penalty minutes taken this season as a team, and Sin, you alluded towards it a little bit earlier. These teams are kind of polar opposites. FBK has a league average offense, a below average defense. Luleå has a below league average offense, but at a league average defense. So it's the better offense of FBK against the better defense of Luleå. Something's got to give. I do kind of give the advantage to Luleå, though, because it's easier to put the puck in the back of the net than it is to fix a defensive system that just simply isn't working as well as you would hope. So we'll see if Luleå can do just that. Flipping things over to the FBK side of things, Sin, what do you got for us?
Well, the first key here is they got to help their goalie. We talked about Rundqvist a bunch, has the ability to steal games. That being said, you don't want to have your goalie to be trying to steal every single game. In his last 4, he's posted a near 80 save percentage, which, as we saw in the beginning, is about 3.5% above where his save percentage is at now. And that's exactly what you want from a goalie. We talk about it all the time. That 80 save percentage is where you want to be. And he's kind of done that in the last 4. But they've given up 14 goals in those last 4 games. So, I mean, the volume of shots he's facing, the quality of shots he's facing, that's not good enough for sustained success. Färjestad, as a group, is going to have to do better work to help him out back there. That brings us to the next point here, activated D. Färjestad, you expect with, the level of shots and the, volume that they're giving up, that they're kind of, maybe more involved on the offensive side of things. That's not necessarily the case here from Färjestad. They only have 28 shots over the course of this entire season. I would like to see Färjestad being one of those teams who start putting more shots on the net, and everyone knows how good their forward group is. They're going to be keying in on them. If that happens, kick it back to your point guys and just have them shoot. That should be they need a shoot first mentality right now. They haven't had that a lot of times. They had that pass first mentality. Get it to the, the guys on the forward end. They got to switch that up. They got to put pucks on the net. The last point here is control the dot. Maiza at a disadvantage here when it comes to the faceoff winning percentage. In this case, he's going to have to step it up because Luleå, something's got to give for them. They're going to look for ways to break out. Puck control is going to be a way to do that. Maiza here has got to step up his performance in the faceoff circle.
Absolutely. So again, Sin, it is game time. We don't have to wait any longer. Let's get down to business. Färjestad, of course, in the white and green. Luleå in the black, red, and yellow. Let's see how this goes down. Again, both teams very much in the playoff hunt, but they need results today. Again, this game and every game brought to you, of course, by esports and Prisma Gaming. Let's get down to business as Luleå win the draw on a quick dump and chase attempt here. Martindale's able to pick that one up, gets it back to Connor LaPena, looking for space. He tried to get the pass in front. He's unable to do so. Totali was there on the interception. Sin, I don't know about you, certainly trying to adjust to this camera angle. It's a slightly different look here, but we're making the best of it.
Yeah, I think is that a fixed angle or a dynamic? I'm not too sure. I believe it's the goaltender we got here, but there's a quick little area sauce.
Dump in. Mookie Masteri nearly picked that one off. Sin loving the dump and chase attempts here from Luleå, trying to establish that offensive presence early on. A little bit of trouble here, though, on the breakout. Totali able to find Bastion, and finally Färjestad able to gain the zone. Not for long, though. Mookie Masteri was there. Finds Ahola. Martindale still has it. Ahola back for Martindale. He doesn't pull the trigger on the shot, and the pass doesn't go through as intended. Chance for Färjestad now back on the other side. Puck down low in the corner. Chance again. Still looking for the pass. He can't find it. It's recovered. Martindale able to find Furian. Leading the charge up the wall. Finds Mookie Masteri. Looking for space. Gets it back to the point. One-timer deflects off of Totali. Never finds the net. Spin move from Masteri. Can't find the pass. Still fought on, though. Ahola tries again to find the pass. Unable to do so. Färjestad back in on the attack. Arubatas brings it down in the corner. Throws it in front. Ahola was there. Quick counterattack from Luleå now. Martindale forced to slow up a little bit. Gets it back on the half wall. Wants to get it back to the point perhaps. Cuts in front. Couldn't get it to Ahola's tape. Ahola regains it himself. Luleå still on the attack. Tries to pick the corner, but Rundqvist was there. As we're approaching the halfway point of this first period already. Rubatas carries it into the zone. Back to the point. A couple of quick passes. Looking for that space. Down low. Shot on. Doesn't go. Tried to test the glove side of Saprix. Did Mookie Masteri. Not Mookie Masteri, excuse me. That was Bastion on the shot for Färjestad. Just unable to get the shot through. Totali has it now for Färjestad. Looking for that bit of space. Gets it over the line, but not for long. Luleå have it. A stretch pass might have been open for Mookie Masteri. Just didn't go. He's in possession of it now, though. Has some space to work with. Takes the hit. Can't make the play. But Luleå again on the forechecking pressure. The trap game working out for them pretty well thus far. A rush here from Maiza. Looking for space. Sends it down low out of the reach of Afe. And again recovered by Mookie Masteri. He looks to lead the charge on the counter. Finds Ahola. Throws it on and a save by Rundqvist. No usable rebound for Luleå. 5.5 to go now. Here in this first period. Recovered. Maiza got it in front. Just no shot on. Great pass off the toe drag. But Färjestad can't put it together. Risky pass there with Bastion in the zone. Färjestad come up with it, but not for long. Recovered by Connor LaPena. It's Mookie Masteri now. Tried to sauce it in front. He couldn't do it. It's off of Rundqvist's pads. Recovered again, though. Luleå in front. Mookie Masteri can't pull the trigger. A little bit of contact there. Disrupts the shot. Under 3 minutes to go. The hit there. Rubatas knocked off the puck. Ahola shot it just wide. On angle slap shot. The bomb from the point. Second chance for Ahola. And he can't find the back of the net. Ahola and Furian throwing everything they can on goals to him, but not able to find the back of the net. Back of the goal.
This is a great start from Luleå here. Really impressing me here with their puck possession and getting some chances.
Great passing play. Ahola still can't find the back of the net. Amazing chances. Have you ever seen someone so snake-bitten? Färjestad recover the puck. Quick final minute here. Furion now. It's Connor LaPena in possession again. The quick pass is trying to find space. They can't do it. Afe sends it back to his defense. One final rush for Färjestad. They send it down ice. That is mistimed, as mistimed can be. Big miscommunication from Färjestad here, and a chance for Luleå to take advantage in the dying moments of the first period. 4.6 to play. Huge face-off for Ahola, and he comes up with it. Chance, pass, doesn't go for Mookie Masterian. That'll bring us to the end of a very fast-paced first period, but a tremendous start all in all for Luleå.
Yeah, and a very, very curious decision there by Färjestad. Almost seeming to be born of frustration there, going for that kind of a Hail Mary pass towards the end. It appeared as an icing, and Luleå actually got another offensive chance at it, but Färjestad really unable to get their offensive guns going at any point there in that first period, and it was Luleå with the majority of the chances. And what I like to see is Ahola shooting again. He's shooting kind of from everywhere. Yeah, you see there, Färjestad 0 shots throughout the course of that period, even though they were pretty close in time on attack. But Luleå, I liked it. I liked the chances they were getting. There's a few close calls there. Ahola, that one great passing play, just unfortunately unable to pull the trigger. Would have had a great chance right there. But yeah, his scoring slump just simulated continuing here. But Färjestad's going to have to make some adjustments here, because you just got, I wouldn't say dominated, but you really got it taken to you in that first period. Luleå, keep doing what you're doing. You could get a goal.
It's another example, though, for Luleå. You get the opportunities. You hold the opposing team to no shots. You can't find the back of the net yourselves. Chance here, though. Ahola has it again. Back to the point. Just doesn't find its way on net. Rubitus is able to recover. It's been the story of Luleå's season. Great play offensively, but just can't get the goals. We'll see if they can do it here. Again, fighting to keep their season alive in terms of the playoffs and fighting to get themselves out of a potential relegation spot. Färjestad closer to the playoffs as it stands, but they can't really afford to drop points either at this stage. Chance here from Miza. Back to the point for Totali, and again back down low to his center. Chance as it ends up on net, but picked up by Ahola, and we'll see what they can do in response. Martindale has it shot on, doesn't go, but Sin, they're trying to throw whatever they can on net. Solid strategy. Something's got to go in eventually, but then again with a goaltender like Rundqvist, it's tough to say he can make those stops pretty much all day. Space here for Afe on net. The secondary chance doesn't go. Kicked back out to the point. Rubitus can't pull the trigger. Bastion's there. Second chance. Puck still loose, and Färjestad not doing the same, not pulling the trigger themselves, as Mookie Masteri unable to find the space down the back stretch for Luleå. This one will be offside. Nearly 6 minutes gone, actually over 6 minutes gone already here in this second period, against in the first game of two between these two teams, and Luleå still looking like the better club thus far.
And curious decision-making a bit on Färjestad's half. I saw Totali had a, kind of an open look to Bastion on the wing there for the break-in. He chose not to take it, and they struggled to move the puck into the zone. And Luleå, I think right there was about the third opportunity they had for an Omaha stretch pass. They just didn't take it. It might not be in their play style, but I see Mookie Masteri there a couple times getting almost free. And interestingly, neither Fury or Connor LaPena taking that slap shot down the other end of the ice.
Absolutely, as it'll be a free win for Ahola, but unable to time it correctly, so Färjestad back in possession. Totali sends this one down. Sim, we have a power play coming up here. Färjestad going to the man advantage. It's going to be an interference call against Mookie Masteri, so the left winger for Luleå to the box. Huge chance for Färjestad again. As we mentioned, Luleå, one of the top penalty kills in the league, but it is because they can't stay out of trouble. Primarily, we'll see what the Färjestad power play is able to do here. But so far, so good. A decent start for Luleå to dish it back into the corner and cleared out into the hands of Martindale, who was waiting. Unable to time it correctly with Ahola. Martindale still fighting for it. Ahola able to recover. Great move to the outside. Tried to find Martindale in the middle, and it just wasn't there. He takes a big hit for his troubles. Man advantage here for Färjestad still. Back to the point. Quick chance, trying to find that lane. Big spin, shot on, and a save by Saprix. As this one is going to go over the glass. A crucial mistake for Luleå, as it's going to be Connor LaPena going to the box. 5-on-3 here.
Just panicked a bit.
For just 16 seconds. And we'll see who can win the draw. Färjestad come up with it. You need shots on target here. Can you get it? Rubitas back. One-timer from Bastion doesn't find its way to him, but he recovers it. Now again, Miza and Bastion looking for that space. 5-on-4 now. Bastion back, tries to get it down low. Chance on the pass. They can't find Bastion for that one-timer. Still has it in the corner. Again, quickly cycled out. Färjestad looking, shot on, and a save by Saprix. So maybe an example as to why Färjestad are looking for quality over quantity. Saprix making the save.
Yeah, and Färjestad's power play, no slouch either. Tied for third. If there's one thing Färjestad's good at, it's their special teams. Tied for third power play, second-ranked penalty kill, and they win another face-off here.
Chance there for Bastion, but not able to make the play. This one is cleared out. Good job. Good shake by Mookie Mysteri to be able to put up a fight for this. Takes the hit. Still has it now, but it loses it on the back pressure. Ahala also caught deep. Wins it back on the back check. We're back to even strength. Mookie Mysteri shot. Ahala can't get the rebound on target. Great opportunity. Still alive. Ahala throws it in front. Intercepted by Färjestad. So the force is just not working out for Luleå, but they survive a scary situation. Mookie Mysteri wins the puck back. Ahala to spin. Back to Mysteri. He can't pick the corner. A second chance, and he scores! Eventually, you have to find the back of the net. The leading scorer for Luleå gets his 14th of the season. Mookie Mysteri giving them the lead.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. That seemed to be the philosophy of Mookie Mysteri on that one. He tried to pick that corner from the brilliant feed from Teahula initially. Fails to do that. His team keeps the puck in. He gets another chance and puts it home. 5-hole. Always a good location to shoot for. As Färjestad may have a quick counterattack in mind.
Potential shot from the point. They throw it in front. Intercepted by Connor LaPena. Hits Martindale on the stretch. Just not able to make the most of it. At least tried to. Martindale fighting at the blue line still, though. Färjestad in possession. The spin. The shot glove. Save Saprix. Färjestad's been looking for that shot for Bastion all game. They get it. And Saprix with the response.
Yep, and he's looked really calm and good positionally right there, and that's not a good sign for Färjestad. Saprix could be on his game and just be having one of those performances that we look for. Luleå are going to want to build on this lead, though.
Quick passes there. Martindale leading the way. Cuts back in front. Loose puck. Martindale was on the doorstep and couldn't find a way to bury it. Huge moment there. Rundqvist, I don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, he makes the save in the cover that he needed to make. This sets up a huge face-off that Färjestad ultimately win. A chance here on the rush to Tally. Looking for space. Finds Bastion. Back to the point. Rubitas has trouble. Martindale comes up with it. Self-saucing for space. Mookie Mysteri tried to go back to Martindale. Just couldn't get the pass. And the captain is gonna go to the box for a trip. So, Sin, rough turn of events for Luleå from a chance to now being on the penalty kill yet again.
Yeah, and they can't keep playing with fire like this. Färjestad has a really good power play, and we saw those in-tight passes that they like to make, those backdoor feeds. Saprix can only stop so many of them before one of them's going to go in.
Big defensive zone draw win. Connor LaPena can't clear. Ahala does, as Mookie Mysteri was that close to timing it and getting a chance shorthanded. Again, we talked about it. There have been 11 shorthanded goals scored in the league this season. 3 of them belong to Luleå, so they are always dangerous. Chance here for Bastion. Not able to get it over to Afe. Mookie Mysteri turns it over straight to Miza. Chance in front, he scores! Afe is able to bury it. Sim, we talked about it. You play with fire like Luleå do, being unable to stay out of the box. And ultimately it cost them there. Afe, his 24th of the season.
Yep, and I think Luleå was looking for yet another counterattack right there. I believe that was a pass trying to get that puck along the boards to the high guy in the zone, which was, I believe, Mookie Mysteri in that situation. It doesn't work out. Färjestad with the recovery, and I think Miza fed it to Afe, who cuts in front of the net and scores. Yes, it was indeed, judging by the assist marker, and it's tied up now, Färjestad 1-1.
A heartbreaking moment for Luleå there. You're in control, but just cannot add to the lead. The captain, again, Martindale takes the penalty, and it ultimately costs his team. Färjestad back on the attack. Afe, bit of space, dishes it back in front, couldn't find its target. Bastion tries to drive the net. Puck recovered. Mookie Masteri, opportunity. Martindale just waits it out as the time expires. So, Sin, both teams really, trying to find their game still, I would say, to this point. We're tied at 1 heading into the third. I mean, you talk about what these teams are playing for, battling for those playoff spots. It only figures that we go the third period tied.
Yeah, and Luleå, just a tough break for them. They seem like they really had the control of the game up until the point where they start getting into penalty trouble. And the first one, you killed it. You even had a shorthanded chance. The second one, it looked like, again, they're kind of trying for shorthanded chances with the counterattack. The philosophy of, keep the puck out of your own end and they can't score. The flip side of that is when you try to, force that pass through, especially in your own zone, and a turnover happens, you are vastly outnumbered down low, and that's what happened. And Färjestad has such a good counterattack game, such a good forward group, that they will make you pay on those plays. We see right there, he tries to pass it up the boards. It hits off the skate of, I believe it was Totali, and then Mize gets it, feeds it in front to Afe, who buries that on the blocker side on the backhand, and that's why you cannot give Färjestad those chances, whether it's taking the penalty or whether it's just not forcing that puck out of the zone on your own penalty kill. You keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned. They're tied up here, and if you've been struggling to score, tied in the third period is not what you want. They're going to have to press here and really get another marker.
Chance here early on, back to the point. Shot deflection doesn't find its way. Mookie Masteri proving to still be dangerous. Again, for Färjestad, you need both points. For Luleå, you need both points, but really, it would be better if you stop Färjestad from picking up a point as well by this game going to overtime. You need to make sure it's a 2-0 point spread here by the end of this one. Mookie Masteri gets it back to the point. Kanalapena dishes it down low, not able to find its target. The tally was there, drives it off the back of Kanalapena. And again, those quick outs, those Hail Mary passes from Färjestad, the timing just does not seem to be there. Along with Bastion, as we see Luleå going back to the dump and chase, able to work out there. Ahola wins it back, tried to find Martindale, he couldn't do it. Rubitus defending. Totali has trouble with Mookie Masteri. Brings it back to the point now. Furian looking for space, intercepted by Totali down low. Big sauce pass, just couldn't find Afe. The goal scorer for Färjestad in this game. Ahola takes a hit. Martindale trying to keep the pressure on for Luleå. Both teams, again, we've mentioned it time and time again, need both of these points. Big interception for Furian. Able to time the pass with Mookie Masteri. Still fighting for it. Furian has it again. Masteri down low. Tries to spin in front. Can't do it. Gets it to Martindale. Tried the shot from Kanalapena. Big play here for Bastion. Can he get the space? 2-on-0. Save by Sapreeks. Glove save. Stuck with the shot. We are still tied at 1, and here come Luleå. Martindale has it, hits the back of the net. Still fighting for it. Färjestad come up with it. Turnover, though. Ahola's there. Martindale tries the sauce off the pads. Big moment there. Chance again. Ahola has it. Can they test Rundqvist again? Ahola looks for the pass. They're keeping that low cycle going. Martindale looking for space. Gets it back to the point, and again back down low. Captain gets bumped, still has it, can't pull the trigger on the shot. Here comes Bastion for Färjestad, able to squeeze that pass up to Mize, having a little bit of trouble with it though. Mize fighting for it, loses it, regains it. What a back and forth battle. Chance shot doesn't go off his own man. Bastion accidentally blocks that one. 7.5 to play here in the third period. They do hold the line. My voice is dying for a break, but they say no. Great awareness to hold the blue line. Färjestad on the counter here. Let's see what they can do. They nearly missed time and offside. I feel like it's a cruel joke on me at this point. Gigantic hit from Ahola. Drops Bastion, but does not regain possession. Under 5.5 to play now. Totali finds Mize. Looking for the space. Takes his time to the point where Totali cannot hold it. Sin, are you still alive with me?
Oh, I'm alive. I'm a little concerned about you right now because that was a torrid pace here. Back and forth, back and forth. Not a moment to breathe for the teams and obviously for you as well. But Färjestad, the pushback has been good. Luleå, their cycle game, very strong. But the problem is they can't get any chances. They're not finding the chances. It's nice to cycle. You kill time, but you're not leading the game. So killing time doesn't really help you. Going to overtime doesn't really help you. Färjestad getting points pushes them further in the standards. You're behind them in the standings. Luleå have to just change something up. I love their down low cycle, but they've got to put a shot on. They've got to find a chance because Färjestad has them defended very well right now.
Luleå have to go for the win here. It is extremely detrimental for Färjestad to get a single point in this series. Pass shot, he scores! Oh, finally finds his second of the season, and at what a time, Sin. Perhaps no better time for his team. Luleå regained the lead.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. No pressure, hopefully no jinxes. Teahola's only goal this season turned out to be a game winner. He's got another one, a go-ahead goal here, late in the third. I mean, pattern-wise, it's looking pretty good for him, and what a time to get the monkey off your back, putting your team in front against the team you need to beat. Every team you need to beat at this point, and great job from Luleå here. They have the lead, but watch the pushback from Färjestad. They're going to be hungry for a goal here.
We'll see what happens over the final 2.5 minutes. Färjestad gain the zone. Trouble though. Mookie Maisteri with a bit of space. Rubitas back to defend. Maisteri can't pull the trigger. Ahola had a chance. Couldn't corral it. 1:40 to go. Miza looking to step in. Back pressure from Mookie Maisteri. In a trip coming up. The big sauce, the big stretch pass doesn't go. Luleå to the man advantage. That's totality to the box for Färjestad. Sim, we're going to see at least one timeout, perhaps two. But what a moment. Aloha Ahola. Indeed, he has arrived. And at what a time will it stand, as you said, not to jinx it, as yet another game winner. The clutch factor could indeed be in effect.
I'm hoping that Färjestad isn't the one taking this timeout here, unless they're completely gassed. We can't see, a stamina bar of their team, so it's hard to say. But okay, so unfortunate, for them. I mean, if Färjestad could have, it's the last minute, it's real time. Färjestad could have kind of spent their engines, then whistle, take the timeout so you can at least try for more Hail Marys here on the penalty kill. But Luleå here in the driver's seat. If they win this face-off, they have a chance.
Färjestad able to come up with it. Rubitas has it. Short-handed. They need to score. Rubitas. Miza to the point. Bastion shot doesn't go through. Chance here for Furion. Can't find Martindale on the stretch pass. Bastion back into the offensive zone here. Again, short-handed. The hit there. Mookie Maisteri drops it back. 40 seconds to play. Stretch pass for Martindale. Picked off. Excellent chance in front. Save by Saprix. He robs Afe, the goal scorer for Färjestad already. Chance on the counterattack. Furion has it. Shot is denied by Rundqvist. 25 to go. Bastion turns it over. Furion's there. Looking for the pass. Gets it. Mookie Maisteri scores! What patience. What a goal. Luleå take advantage on the power play. They're up 3-1. Their season not dead yet, barring a historic collapse with 18.7 to go.
This is exactly what they needed. A win in regulation. And as you said, well, wait a second. Don't tell me they can get up a quick one. No, okay.
Opportunity taken away. We'll count down the rest of it. Here's Ahola again. Has Martindale with him. Martindale can't pull the trigger in time. Rundqvist plays it out. And in a good sign of sportsmanship, they'll avoid taking the shot at the end. Luleå, a gigantic victory. Now up to 21 points on the season. Färjestad with 23. The boys in red keep their season alive. And there you see it, Sin. He's now 2 for 2. If he scores, it holds up as a game winner. What a time to show up. What a game.
Yeah, and he's even got the default celebration on. I guess he's like, I'm having trouble scoring. I don't care what kind of celly my guy has. I was kind of hoping to see him doing the monkey off the back celly, but not meant to be in that one. But a huge win for the Luleå squad here. I mean, they finally got multiple goals. Saprik's had himself a great game as well. He made some big saves there down the stretch. And Teahala, you said it, big goal right there, finally scoring, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And Mookie Maisteri, kind of the icing on the cake. It's interesting to see. We don't see a lot of stacking the pads from goaltenders. Rundqvist goes for it, and it was a good idea, but the patience from Mookie Maisteri to kind of wait it out and then be able to lift it above him was just, that's a veteran move right there. That's why that, you know, he's an elite, because he waits. You know, he waited it out and just, it worked. And Luleå, huge 2 points. They're only 2 points behind Färjestad. If they somehow beat them again without OT, they're tied. I mean, that's kind of crazy judging by where Färjestad was in the standings, where Luleå was, but that's just what it is. In that bottom half here, the parity, everyone's so tight. The rush for the playoffs is getting more and more interesting with each game.
Absolutely. It just got a hell of a lot more interesting here for this fourth and final game of this broadcast coming up very soon. So again, don't go anywhere. We got one more between Färjestad and Luleå. And again, what a fantastic effort from the Luleå squad to walk away with both points there. Before we continue on with our breakdown and really setting the stage with that second game and a final game of this broadcast for you, a quick reminder, if you're watching us on Twitch, of course, drop us a follow. If you haven't already, check us out as well, NHLgamer.com. All the information that you need, not just for the Elite Division, which you have been watching today, for the ECL, but for the other three tiers as well. More playoff coverage coming up for you in those tiers, as well as we continue to move into the postseason season. So very excited to see how that goes. And of course, you have the Russian side of things, the North American side of things, where currently we are in the semifinal stage of that postseason. Teams battling again for a prize pool on that side of things. Very intrigued to see how that breaks out. Sin and I will be here Tuesday night with more coverage of that. Very much looking forward to it. And of course, as was pointed out in the chat on Twitch, check us out, Twitter and Discord as well, at NHL Gamer. Sin, I think I got all the plugs in at this point in time, aside, of course, from shouting out our lovely sponsors again with ISC Sports and Prisma Gaming, as you get a look at, oh, and there's the Discord as well. Shout out to the Discord. There is the Discord. I have been proven incorrect. That said, you get a look at the updated standings, and Sin, again, what a moment it was for Luleå. And as it stands, you get the win here, you even things up with checkmate, and you're that much closer with 4 games to go towards getting out of the relegation spots. Again, the left-hand side of the bracket is where you want to be, although being told in chat that Havu Gaming has reclaimed their top spot and their penultimate game of the season. But focusing on the current matchup as it stands. Again, the left side of the bracket is where you want to be. You're in the playoffs. 13, 14, and 15 have to fight for the right to stay. 16th gets automatically relegated. So Luleå, you are that much closer towards not only getting into the playoff hunt, but that much closer to getting away from those relegation spots. Now, for Färjestad, again, we talked about it, a chance to jump Ghetto Firebirds. Just not going to be able to do so, but they can even things up and get themselves into the mix for one of those playoff spots. You look at SJ Gaming in the bottom left, 26 points with 28 games played. Huge disadvantage with Ghetto Firebirds, Kova Esports, Färjestad, Checkmate, and potentially even Luleå breathing down their necks. This playoff race is not done, and fair play to Vesapampa as well. 24 games played. They're not out of it just yet. Hell, even Gotham Knights and Almost Famous, you still got a lot to play for, although for Almost Famous, right now it's can you somehow scramble out of the automatic relegation spots. Let's get you a look at some of the most recent results as well from around the league. Of course, we kicked off this broadcast covering the series between Linköping and Jyväsylä, with again a 1-1 split between those two teams. But there you see, and of course the 3-1 result for Luleå. Big win for Brace Phantoms as they continue their push, the old German powerhouse continuing their push for the postseason, and really causing some distress for Almost Famous. They pulled off the double. Almost Famous, though, picking up an overtime victory. With that, Sin, we are just about ready to go. The second game of this series, the fourth and final game of this broadcast. Do you have a prediction? Can Färjestad bounce back, or will Luleå pull off a very much needed double in this situation?
I think Färjestad can bounce back, but will they? They're going to have to get it together, Vic. Part of their offense is those big stretch passes, the kind of Hail Marys we were talking about. And as you mentioned, they just could not time them up properly. And Luleå really kind of seemed to dominate the possession game and the chances game. So if Luleå's able to do that again, I think that they survive and kind of start to work themselves out of that relegation spot.
Again, Färjestad in green, Luleå in the yellow. Huge hit there. Chance shot, save by Sapriks. Great job to bail out the team in front of him. Quick stretch pass. Ahola finds Martindale. Tries to go back to Ahola. Not able to find the pass. A little bit of trouble here for Färjestad. They slow it down. Great job by Bastian. Rubitas up to Afe. Runs into trouble at the line. Recovered. Furian has trouble with Bastian, who wins it back for Färjestad. Okay, looking to make something happen here. The first goal of the game would be huge for them. A couple of quick passes. Stretch pass to Muki Masteri. Just off the mark. I'd like to see what Luleå are trying right now. Great pass into open space to Martindale. Tries to find Muki Masteri in front. Just couldn't get the pass to its intended target. But Luleå right now, willing to try different things. Martindale biding time. Throws it in front. Can't find its target. Again, you throw it into the blender. See what happens there. But nothing doing. Luleå, though, off to another strong start here after that save from Sapriks. Bit of trouble there, though. Bastian able to recover. Drop pass at the line. Maiza looking for space. Still has it here. Can they get a shot off? Sin, we're going to have a power play coming up for Färjestad.
Yeah,
not sure who it is. It's Fury.
Gotta be Fury going to the box. I believe he tripped him there. Again, you can't afford to take penalties against this team, but unfortunate, no one is able to get the puck off of Maiza, and now Fury's got to go to the box for it.
Big win for Färjestad. We mentioned their strong power play, but we need to see it on display here. Totali. Rubitas can't get the shot off. Recovered, and another tripping call coming up. Färjestad are going to have another 5-on-3. Chance in front. Sapriks the save and the cover. But Sin, this time, Färjestad with a lot more time to work with. Both defensemen in the box. Furian and Catalapena taking a seat. Let's see what the forwards can do. Big win for Ahola. Can he clear? The answer is yes. What a challenge they have in front of them.
It almost looked like they're about to attack right there, how aggressive they were off that face-off win.
See what happens here now. Pass over. Chance can't pull the trigger. Ahola takes his time and wisely clears all the way down. The bounce just out of the reach of Bastian. Under 20 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Pass over. He's onside. Rubitas the chance. Another pass. No shot. Rubitas shot just wide of the post. Bastian has it. Drive save by Sapriks. Bastian again. Now back to the point. Good movement. Will they pull the trigger? Not in time. Chance saved off the line by Sapriks. How did he get a hold of that one?
Well, one of the ways is his positioning. Very, very good. Vast improvement from his performance last week, and he's just been a stalwart fort back there in the net for Luleå as they get their last guy out of the box and have a chance to counterattack.
Somehow back to even strength. Martindale can't hold this one. Chance for Färjestad down the other end. Afe still battling for it. Maiza has it on the half wall. Back to the point. Rubitas shot deflect. Saved by Sapriks yet again. Tremendous job. Turnover here. Bastian can't hold on to it. And Luleå looked to perhaps slow it down a little bit. Wise passing here. The pass over. Successful. Ahola tried to sauce at the Martindale. Just couldn't get a piece of it. Final 7.5 to go here of the first period. Again, Luleå taking game one by the score of 3-1. The pass successful. Maiza has space. Rubitas. Totali. Shot saved by Sapriks. The rebound handled by the forward in front of him. That's Ahola. Stretch pass. Doesn't go. Muki Masteri, though, able to recover. Finds Martindale, who elects to pass and is unsuccessful on that attempt. Under 5.5 to go. Rubitas stepping up for FBK. Pass over. Shot scores! It may have snuck across the line. Bastian might not have gotten all of it, but he got enough. FBK is on top. It's 1-0.
Yep, and that's a tough break right there for Saprix as he's moving backwards, and his animation causes him to turn towards the right-hand side. He would have probably kept that out, but the slow trickler shot combined with the animation is enough to beat him right there. But good job by Färjestad to drive the net right there. If you put that puck towards the net enough times, bounces, the craziness of NHL games, anything can happen right there. They get rewarded for it, but Luleå gonna look to counterattack quick.
Martindale shot, scores! The rebound! Mookie Mysteri is there to tuck home the original chance from Ahala. How's that for a response? And we're tied at 1.
And Luleå just finding ways to produce their offense. They've had the chances all season. They just haven't been able to put it onto the scoreboard. They get their first one here to tie it up. And I really think they're able to kind of capitalize on a weaker defensive team right now in Färjestad. But above that, they're forcing the puck to the high danger, areas. And that's what you need to do to be able to start getting those goals. Luleå doing a great job, and I love this dump and chase. Inject it into my veins.
Opportunity here to force the turnover. Ahala was there, unable to get a piece of it though. Final 3 minutes to play. Space here, down the wall. Miza circles back. Now it's the point to Tally. Tried to find Rubitas, couldn't do it. Martindale all over it. Looking to bide time, find space. Ahala shot, rebound was there again for Mookie Mysteri. Couldn't pull the trigger. Chance again, Martindale back to the point, scramble for it. Afe comes up with it. Burst of speed, drop pass. Miza can't get the shot off. We're approaching the final minute now. Ahala tries to fend off the pressure. Good interception from Totali. Madness in the neutral zone. Still fighting for it. Ahala comes up with it, can't get the shot off. One final rush for Färjestad. Miza has a little bit of trouble. Chance cleared out. 3 seconds. Can Martindale get a shot off? The answer is going to be no. There is not enough time. Saying a goal apiece. Dead even. Perhaps not all that surprising. Luleå, though, scoring on their only shot. A bit of an inverse from what we saw in that first game. I believe it was Luleå 4 shots to nothing, but we were scoreless. This time, 6 shots to 1 for FBK. Yet we're tied.
A large part of that's got to have to be a little bit due to that power play that Färjestad had, and that's, again, a reason why you can't keep giving them power plays. They didn't score on it, but they got a lot of time in attack. They really kept Luleå on their heels, and yes, you're good defensively. Yes, Saprix is one hell of a goaltender, but again, you cannot keep relying on him to steal these games for you. You answered back. You got a quick goal, but now's the time in this second period to get back to how you were playing in that first game with your puck possession style, your cycle game. Stay out of the box here and keep fighting for your offensive opportunities.
Second period underway. 2 more valuable points in the standings up for grabs as Rubitas works his way through. Chance in front. Can they pull the trigger on the shot? The answer is no. Great opportunity for Afe in front again. They timed this well. Chance and a pass from Ahala. You'd like to see him put something on goal there. One-timer from the point, intercepted by his own teammate. Maybe not quite a one-timer, but a step-in. It had been a very weak pass, in fairness. Mookie Mysteri, Ahala, D to D, just wide of the post. What a chance for Kana Lapena. And Färjestad survived that chance. Afe leading the charge on the counterattack. Rubitas looking for space. Back down to the winger. Bit of trouble. Kana Lapena was there. Here come Luleå yet again. Martindale, the space, back to the point. Shot goes just wide again. They're feeding Kana Lapena on these shots. Chance in front, denied. Ahala can't find the back of the net on this occasion as that pass back to the point intercepted by Bastian. Rubitas back to the point again. Färjestad looking for that space. Bastian shot deflected off, still stopped by Saprix. Deflected off to the man in front. A close call there yet again. Färjestad that close to regaining the lead. They certainly didn't hold it for that long. Good pass here, finds Miza, back for Totali. Miza again, the shot, scores! What a look from Miza! Finds Afe for the wide open shot. He makes no mistake, and Färjestad are back up on top.
Yeah, and they just kind of lost contain on their man right there, and that was Afe sitting all alone there on the back door. It's good to collapse, it's good to clog up the slot, but you can't forget about that guy who can creep in those one-time opportunities, and Afe uses a very small build, very light, very speedy, hard for him to keep possession of the puck, but he can kind of go undetected at times, and he did just that on that one. A one-time goal. Färjestad regained the lead here, 2-1.
Will we see another quick response from Luleå? That is the question. Rookie Mystery trying to make that a reality as Martindale dishes it back to Furion. Martindale again, back to the defenseman. Down low, Martindale looking, trying to get the pass. Front shot, scores! Picks up the pass that was broken up. Takes it to the house himself. Martindale gets the goal. Another quick response from Luleå. We're tied at 2.
Yep, and Färjestad's defensive woes just kind of keep continuing here. You get a lead, you cough it up. You get another lead, you cough it up almost immediately. Bit of a fortunate play there for Martindale, trying to pass it in front. It bounces right back to him, catching Rundqvist off guard there with a shot. But again, when you try to put those pucks towards the net, into the middle, good things can happen. It happened for Martindale there, bit of a fortunate bounce, but he capitalized on it. Back to a tie game. Now let's see if Luleå doesn't sit back here and tries to push for more.
Opportunity there, quickly goes to waste. Ahola looking for Martindale, he can't time it. 10-15 remaining here in the second period. Again, the second game between these two, our fourth and final game of this broadcast. And again, we thank you very much for joining us. And again, another shout out to our lovely sponsors, Prisma Gaming and esports. Frustrating times for Färjestad, unable to hold on to a lead. Shot from the point, big save by Rundqvist. Luleå starting to dish out those shots from the point a little bit more with Furion and Connor as Furion just pushing and bullying off a offside. You don't see that too often, but with a smaller build, it's possible. Maiza looking for the pass, finds Totali. He steps in a bit, has the puck on the backhand, couldn't pull the trigger on a pass or a shot. Pass up to the point, doesn't go. Martindale's able to recover it for Luleå. Shot, rebound, Mookie Masteri couldn't find it. Rubitus was there. Quicker hands to pick that one up. Maiza, shot, saved by Saprix. Kicked out to the corner. Färjestad, shot in a deflection. Another save by Saprix. Färjestad just throwing everything they can at the wall to see what sticks. I don't know if it's fair to call Saprix a wall when he's allowed 2 goals, but it's as good as you're going to get. Shot from the point, save, rebound, doesn't go either. Färjestad unable to find the goal that would put them back on top for the third time. Furion takes the hit, can't make the play. Hit there at the blue line again. Färjestad still in possession, but for how long? Rubitus at the point, trouble. Mookie Masteri can't come up with it clean. Crisis avoided for now for Färjestad. Maiza, shot, save, rebounds there. Saprix is able to cover. Great opportunities for both sides, yet we are still tied, Sid.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit in the pregame. The Färjestad needs to activate their D a lot more. They're doing it here in this period. They're throwing pucks on from there. It's getting them a ton of chances, but so far, Saprix has been coming up huge for Luleå here to keep this even.
Mookie Masteri can't come up with that one. Rubitus able to control it. Back for Totali. Bit of traffic. Finds the pass to Bastian, though. Gets over the blue line, but can't maintain possession as we approach the final minute of play. Self-pass there from Connor Lapena, still struggling. Now Färjestad back in control. Plenty of time to work. Maiza over the line. Can't hold it. We're approaching the final 10. Färjestad back in the zone. Bit of space for Maiza to work with. Takes a huge hit. Chance late. Ahola has Mookie Masteri with him. Scores! 0.6 to go, but plenty of time to work with. Ahola finds the pass. The leading assist man for his team dishes out another one. Luleå lead for the first time in this game.
Wow, just wow. Luleå, where is this team coming from? We talked about it. Something's got to give. Either Färjestad's defense is going to improve or Luleå's offense is going to improve, and that's the second straight game where they've gotten 3 goals here. Just 0.5 left, but Luleå has taken the lead. What a great play by them at the end, and unfortunate there. I believe it was Totali there, all alone defending there, and he kind of thought the pass was coming earlier, and he gave Teahola all kinds of space to gather speed through the neutral zone, and it was unfortunately what kind of sealed the fate of that chance coming to fruition. Either he's going to play perfectly on the pass or going to be able to stop the shot, and he kind of wasn't able to do either there. He was just playing catch-up, and Teahola, a perfect pass to Mookie Masteri, who buries it on it the one time there. The top goal leader taking the lead for Luleå, the top assist man for their team. with that beautiful dish at the tail end of that period. Now, this sets up a frantic third period for Färjestad. And if you're Luleå, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself right now.
I apologize for this in advance. He said he was playing catch-up, when really he should have been playing barbecue sauce, because that pass, that sauce, it was a saucy pass.
Oh, the sauce boss, if you will. Jeez.
We have fun here.
And face palming.
We have fun here. If there is, I'm just going to say, there is room to still sponsor the league heading into the playoffs. I mean, I'm not going to drop any name brands here, but feel free to get involved. Our contact information is not difficult to find. And there is a chance I just ruined a chance for any future sponsorship for this league, in which case I am sorry for that nail in the coffin. We go to the third period. Luleå again on top for the first time. Färjestad, quick chance. Shot goes wide. Afe just not able to keep a handle on it, but he's back in possession here. The shot doesn't go. He and Bastian continuing to fight for it. Here comes Martindale, trying to find space. He does. Ahala back from Martindale. Sauces it on goal. Loose puck. Rundqvist is able to find it and cover it. So again, Luleå scoring with 0.6 seconds remaining in that second period to lead for the first time. Both teams in desperate need of these 2 points. Luleå trying to get their season back on track. Glove save by Rundqvist as they continue to feed Kyle Lapena at a point. Doesn't pay off there though. Färjestad trying to avoid having the double pulled off against them. Luleå this close to battling back. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, as we're going to get a brief pause here as Tugi tries to sort out his mic problems, issues, whatever you may call them. Intercepted right there by Te Alha, looking to move it out. They're going to have to move it quick. Färjestad strong on the forecheck right now. I think I heard Tugi get back. Are you back, bud?
We might still be robotic. This is my test for you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, we're good. We're back. You never know. Live production, what are you going to do when settings decide to just quit out on you? Pass in front. Saprix is there. But Sin, Färjestad to the power play.
Yeah, and this is their chance, a chance to tie it up. Their power plays looked very good so far. Luleå going to have to be careful. It starts with the face-off.
Opportunity there, picked up. Luleå able to send it down. See what happens here again. Huge moments for Färjestad. Sin, you let me know if I go full Domo Arigato.
Well, you're sounding good right now on my end, so I'm assuming it's good for everyone else. If it isn't, oh well.
Here's hoping. The sultry tones of a man with the New England accent. The opportunity, puck still loose in front. Recovered shot, saved by Saprix as he was standing up. How frustrated must Färjestad be at that opportunity? You get in the back of the net.
You could almost see the frustration in their game. They haven't forechecked this hard in any time I've watched this team. They are feeling it, and, well, they just want to face off a chance to continue the pressure.
Once again, the pass doesn't find its way through. They love to feed Bastian for those one-timers. Misa has it, and the puck goes all the way back to the Färjestad zone. That should just about do it for the man advantage. Pass over, still alive. Misa buys time, looks, can't get the pass through. Maybe looking for Afe there. Misa has it again. Wrap chance doesn't go. Loose puck still fought on for. Luleå come up with it. Chance on the rush. It's Ahala. Drops it back. Shot on. Blocked out in front. Martindale misses the post. I can't believe he didn't pick that corner. Down to the corner. Shot in front for Martindale. Doesn't go again. Both teams. How snake-bitten can you be, despite the fact we've seen 5 goals since?
There's been just so many high-quality chances there. Another one as he fed it out front for the in-tight one-timer. But that's a huge face-off win from Misa there. He needed to do better. He's doing much better here with those big face-offs in this game.
So Färjestad can do not much on that possession. Martindale, the big stretch pass. Moki Maestri denied by Rundqvist. He didn't move. He looked him off, and that's all he needed to do. Luleå can't take advantage of the best scoring opportunity of the game.
Is it weird to say a goal with 5 or a game with 5 goals in it is kind of a goaltender's duel? Because it kind of is. Rundqvist and Saprik's making huge saves for their respective sides as both of these teams try to push for offense.
Chance there over the line. Martindale holds it, has options, can't get the shot on. Picked up by Totali. Now quick passes here for Färjestad. Bastian gains his own. Afe the pass over. He had a shooting lane, Sin. Maybe one pass too many from Färjestad there, and ultimately they're definitely gonna regret that opportunity not paying off. It is, I believe, Bastian going to the box, Luleå to the power play, and a chance to potentially ice this game under 7 to play. Can they extend this lead? Face off one here. Chance Martindale. Mookie Mastera to the point. Denied! Perhaps just wide, actually, for Kana Lapena. Talk about snake bitten. How the defenseman hasn't found the back of the net for the 3rd time this season, I have no idea, with how he's really ramped up his shot attempts in the series thus far. Sim will get a word with you here in a second, though, because crucial face-off coming up. This one won by Färjestad. Not cleared down yet. Playing with fire. They find the stretch pass. Rubatus is there. Can he make the play? Gets knocked off the puck. We approach 1 minute gone on this man advantage. Big chance for Luleå that didn't pay off. Ahola not able to find the pass. They held it. Couldn't keep it in the zone. Martindale can't get to this one. Rubatus able to clear. Mistimed by Afe. He won't be able to chase that down. Under 25 to go now on the man advantage. Can Luleå gain the zone? Mookie Masteri has space. Throws it into the middle. Nobody was there. And Färjestad survive a very dangerous situation. Ahola doesn't throw it on. Martindale has it in front. Shot doesn't find its target. Here comes Bastian. 4 minutes to play now between these two teams in regulation. Totali looking for space, looking for a pass. Double team pressure. He still has it. Tries to get it back down below the Bastian, but the pass went all the way through. Luleå having trouble getting it out of their own zone. Martindale getting bullied right now. And Färjestad will go to the power play. Sin, what an opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of real time as well. I believe 23 seconds if my math is correct. Don't trust me on that, but big face-off here for Miza. If he could win this, and they set it up, unfortunately they can't. But oh!
Big move from Mookie Masteri off the toe drag. Can he make the most of it? He can't. There was a big face-off win by Martindale with Ahola in the box, the centerman for Luleå. Rubatus. Totali now. Bastian again. Takes the hit. Puck's loose. Recovered by Bastian. Back up to the point. Shot just wide of the post. Loose puck still fought on for. Bastian has it. Thrown back in front. Luleå are able to clear. 45 seconds to go on the man advantage. Under 1:20 to play in regulation. Miza in possession. Tries to get it back over. In front. Scramble just wide of the post. Bastian in control for FBK. Looking. Rubatus brings it down low. Now again to the point. Shot. Rebound. Scores! Färjestad take advantage of the power play. They tie this game up at 3. A heartbreaker for Luleå as it's Afe who's able to find the back of the net again. Sin, we are not done just yet.
Wow, just what a response there from Färjestad. Again, taking advantage of the power play, and Luleå an unfortunate time to take a penalty, but we talked about it. Yes, they have a good penalty kill, but you take a lot of penalties. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you. It catches up to them in this one, going up against the tied for 3rd ranked power play. That's the 2nd power play goal for Färjestad here. They tie it up late. And unfortunately for Luleå, now you almost need another goal before this ends because you're trying to catch up in the standings. You need to prevent points just as much as get points.
So I might still be fucked here. Here's the test. My first swear on broadcast, but it's frustrating. Are we good? Are we in robotic voices?
Tiny bit. I don't know what's up. Quality's bad on my end a little bit as well. Hopefully my voice is holding up. But we'll try it here. Mookie Masteri gaining the zone. Back to Kanalapenu. Throws the puck on net. Recovered by Rubatus. Looking for the breakout. Tries to send the stretch pass through the middle. Intercepted there by Luleå. Fury finds Martindale on the right wing side, but intercepted now by Afe. Taking it down the left wing side. Oh, can't hold the puck on the boards. Fury gets it back. Sends it over to Mookie Masteri. Leading the rush. Back to Fury. Fury can't find the pass towards the middle. Unable to gain the zone cleanly, but a nice dump from Te Ahola. And we're going to overtime here. And we'll see if Tugi's able to sort out his issues equality-wise. You sound good.
Am I good?
No, you're sounding good.
Am I gonna be back for overtime? Because I don't want to miss it. That is a crucial point picked up by Färjestad.
Yeah.
Question is, what's gonna happen for Luleå?
Well, I mean, they need this extra point, and unfortunately, you coughed up a point to Färjestad, and if you're Färjestad, you desperately need this extra point as well. So, this is going to be feeling like a playoff match for each of them here in overtime. I mean, this is it. You each need that extra point desperately. If you're Luleå, you're trying to avoid relegation, build on kind of what you're doing here at the end of the year. Try to get your offensive guns going more, because defensively, goaltending wise, is no trouble keeping the puck out of the net, and Luleå's really been able to build off that here. So this overtime going to be extremely interesting as we try to sort things out on the technical side, and we should be getting into this game quickly.
Audio issues aside, I think we're good to go. These things happen in a live production, but you know what we do? We shrug it off. We make the best of it. You know why? Because the ECL is a sick league, and I won't miss games unless I'm dead. Unless I'm dead. Damn it. No audio issues will stop us. Overtime is underway. Holy hell, what a pace. Mookie Mysteri denied at the last minute. Färjestad taking it to the house. They dump it in. Bastian chases it down. He has it in the corner. Opportunity again, brought back down, and we'll see. Big stretch pass. Martindale has the step on. Rubitas can't tuck it home. Short side. Rundqvist is there to make the save. Damn. Sin, are you alive with me? Are we good?
Yeah, this is... We sorted it all out. We're trying to catch up here. It's just a breathtaking performance from each of these teams, as we thought they're going to be going hard. And they're definitely going as hard as they can here. Nice pass.
Opportunity here for Färjestad. Totally shot denied by Saprix. Yet again, we're not done yet. We're chugging along the little engine that could with this cast as of the last 5 minutes. But you know what they say. We have resiliency, as do the teams here in this series as well. Luleå not able to gain the zone clean, so a face-off. 14:46 remaining here in the overtime. Let's see what happens here on a crucial draw between EASHL for Luleå, again in the yellow, and Färjestad in the green. It's Maisa on the draw. Tie up here. Färjestad come up with it. Every possession crucial at this point in time. A couple of D-to-D passes. Rubitas looking for the pass, wasn't there. Decides to cut back and reset. See what happens again now. Rubitas trying to find a lane. Can't hit Bastian clean, but they're still fighting for it. Luleå come up with it. EASHL, the chance again. Martindale tried to go back to the point. Recovered. Furian looking for space. EASHL, Furian! Does it get on net? It does, but Rundqvist is there, and he's able to make the save. We march onward.
Wow, just crazy pace back and forth here. Luleå starting to get the advantage now, and if EASHL can start to string these face-off wins together, they could keep the engine rolling.
Huge draw there. Defensive zone victory for Maisa. Can Färjestad get it out of their own zone cleanly? Stretch pass doesn't go. Martindale was there to intercept and has it back again. Takes the hit. EASHL recovers. Couple of quick passes. Chance here yet again. Sauce down low. Connor LaPena not pulling the trigger on the shot. Bastian with some trouble. Mookie Mysteri can't get the pass from Furian. As again, we will see Färjestad recover. Let's see what happens. Affe can't get in the zone cleanly. Halfway through this overtime, Sin, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, neither team kind of giving too much away right now. We're able to see them both get some offense, but it's definitely not as free-flowing as that third period was. That being said, that can open up a quick chance opportunity.
Affe back up. Tried another pass. One pass too many from Färjestad. It's been the story of the day Martindale, space back to the point. Furion for Conor LaPena. He can't get a shot off clean. Afe was there and in possession of it now. Bastian cuts in. Loose puck. Still loose. Shot doesn't find its way on target. Great turtle defense there from Luleå as they'll look to reset. 6.5 to go. The defenseman, just a little pregame or middle of the game hug. It's what you need sometimes. Just a little bit of a loving embrace. You never know what will provide the motivation for a player to score. As the Luleå are back in possession, we'll see what Ahola can do. Sends it into the corner. Awkward bounce that's recovered easily by Färjestad. Pressure here, though, from Ahola. Färjestad struggling to get it out of their zone, but they ultimately do. Totally to Bastian. Down the half wall, throws it in front. Nobody there. It's a matter of who's going to make that big mistake to give up the winner. Chance! Mookie Masteri can't find the back of the net. Martindale fighting for it. He can't bury it either. Mookie Masteri's had a couple of breakaway opportunities, but cannot find the back of the net. Here's Miza looking around the back. Takes it back up to the point. Totali shot saved by Saprix. Recovered by FBK. Looking for another chance here. Miza shot denied by Saprix yet again. Recovered here. Luleå, can they find the big stretch pass? The answer is no. Miza was there yet again. Chance for Afe. He goes down. They score! I don't know how. I don't think Luleå know why. But Färjestad walk away with the 2 points. It's not always pretty, but sometimes, Sin, you take what you can get. Färjestad avoid disaster. Luleå, still a huge night to pick up 3 out of 4 points. But what an unfortunate goal to end it here as we get another look at it. Just got across the crease, so close yet so far.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was a pass there from Afe. The way he dove there, it kind of looked like he was trying to do the one-hand tuck, which often happens if you get that puck knocked off your stick. Right as you're trying to do that, you hit the R1, L1 at the same time. He kind of dove right there, but it goes right to Bastian, who's able to bury that home. A tough break for Luleå, who I think probably played their best 2 games of the season right here against Färjestad. And it's tough to lose like that, but at the end of the day, you still got 3 points. Playoffs, I'm not saying completely out of the picture, but it's looking extremely grim. However, you're still battling your way to get out of one of those relegation spots, and I think Luleå took huge steps to do that here today. And Färjestad, they're able to kind of salvage the day and get those couple points. They're not quite out of it yet. They desperately needed that extra point. 1 was just simply not enough. Even 2 is not really enough. They have a lot of work to do if they want a prayer of, sniffing the postseason, because really the only thing up for grabs anymore is kind of that 8 slot. There's a 4-point difference between 7 and 8 right now. So you can still kind of maybe get into the 7th, but you're relying on other teams to just have 0-point days at that point, which is not a great spot to be in.
It can be very tough to have to rely on others, but a lot of teams do need to rely on a little bit of help. So again, for Luleå, they needed a big day. You get 3 out of 4 points, about, at the very least, the minimum of what you needed. You needed 4 out of 4, 3 out of 4. You can handle that and walk away happy. A tough break for Saprix, but again, we saw it for Luleå's netminder. He is the reason why this team is able to stay in it the way that they do. Yeah. And he gave his team every chance to win. Unfortunately for one Conor LaPena, he's going to be very upset about the amount of chances that he missed from the point. Mookie Masteri, a couple of opportunities as well on the breakaway that he could not finish. But there are building blocks here to use for your final few games of the season. So very intrigued to see how that plays out for them through the back half of the season. And a shout out to Ahola. He's scoring goals again. Is it too little, too late for Luleå? As I totally just didn't drop my phone. Don't worry about it. Fine. No, it's cool. We got some tech issues. I probably broke my phone. These are just things that happen. I want the robotic voice, but it's not my choice. It just happens when it happens. I think it makes me sound a lot more. What's the one word I could say to make me sound old? I'm gonna say hip. Makes me seem hip. Ugh. Hey, if I'm making dad jokes like the barbecue sauce pun, I don't plan on being a father anytime soon, but god damn it, you gotta make the best of it. That said, with Färjestad, again, You only get 2 points tonight, but ultimately it was an extremely valuable 2 points. Not going to push you as far into the playoff picture as you would hope, but your season is not quite done yet. So both teams, again, not as happy as you're going to want to be, but still not as devastating as going, 0 for 2 and missing out on all 4 points.
Yeah, and you mentioned building blocks for Luleå. That's a great point to make, because as they kind of are pushing to get out of that relegation spot, maybe even towards that last playoff spot, at the very least, they got to get out of relegation and build upon what they've done this season. What they've done this season is, notice, they're very good defensively. What they need to step it up is in the offensive side of things. I would like to see them in kind of the offseason break sort of practice some of those Omaha opportunities, because there were several times in those 2 games where they had a forward behind the defense and a slap to the right area would have gotten him at least in the zone, if not with, a breakaway opportunity. So I would really like to say Luleå kind of do that, but the first step is they got to build off this performance, keep themselves out of that relegation zone, not have to risk, one of those demotion promotion matches, and, try to come back next year with a bit more offensive firepower, because you got Saprik's back there, and when he's on his game, all today, he was fantastic. And even when he allows 4 goals, he is insanely good. I mean, what did I say? You're laughing over there. I'm like, did I Freudian slip or what?
Oh, Kenner got me.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you paid attention to the Twitch chat.
No, I try not to, because it'll make me laugh.
Woo, I shouldn't read chat. I really shouldn't. I warned you how tired I was today. That's just a low blow to get me to crack up on that one, but here we are. It happened. All things considered. That said, folks, we are just about ready to wrap things up here. So again, fantastic games between Linköping and Jyväsylä. Very intrigued to see what happens there as they move towards a playoff spot, or a potential playoff battle. Of course, the playoffs long locked up for them at this stage. As you get a look at the updated standings, again, Jyväsylä currently leading the way. We believe that there's an unreported Havu Gaming game that is also yet to be reported that will put them back up on top. But again, in terms of the teams that pretty much have the playoffs locked down, I'd say Unlucky Boys and up. So a fantastic job by Unlucky Boys to really battle their way back.
Yeah.
But those bottom 3 spots still up for grabs. Again, in terms of these teams, you're really looking at the likes of Almost Famous and Gotham Knights that are on the outside looking in. I am very intrigued to see kind of what they're looking like at this point, and whether or not they're able to battle their way out of the relegation zone, which again is 13 to 16. Vesapampa still have as good of a shot as really any team due to the 2 games to make up. So Luleå, as you mentioned, Sin, it's not where you want to be, but you really are going to have to rely on some other results to get to that left-hand side of the bracket, which is where you want to be. So with that, a friendly reminder that we will be back. Sin and I will be back here tomorrow night. That would be more on the Eastern Standard Time side of things, covering the North American side of things. The semifinals continue in that playoff structure. Excuse me. We will also be back on Thursday, our final broadcast of the regular season, covering 2 games for you between SJ Gaming and Roots, 2 teams that are right in the mix for the playoff hunt in the bottom half of the left-hand side of the bracket. There are the standings. We'll also be covering Brace Phantoms and Vesapampa. So again, 3 teams right there on the bubble. Vesapampa, the chance to battle back and sneak into a playoff spot at the last second. Very happy to be covering those games for you. So that is what you can look forward to here on this channel. Drop us a follow, of course, if you haven't already. Make sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, NHL Gamer. We'd love to have you there. And of course, NHLGamer.com for all the information that you need for the ECL and the 4 tiers, 196 teams battling for the largest prize pool that NHL esports ever did see. And of course, as well, the North American side of things, the Russian side of things. So much going on under the NHL Gamer umbrella. And of course, a shout out to our sponsors, Nias Esports and Prisma Gaming, that help make that happen. You can find Sin on Twitter at Sin for the Win Prod, on YouTube, and right here on Twitch at Sin for the Win Productions. You can find myself on every platform imaginable, essentially, at Toogie24, the YouTubes, the Twitch, the Twitters, the the Instagrams if you want to see my out of control hockey jersey collection that I swear isn't an addiction. Swear. Send any parting words.
Yeah, for those of you joining us, we appreciate it. And if you are newer to this and you're the season's about to end, you're trying to ready yourself for the playoffs, if you want to go back, check us out on YouTube at NHL Gamer Official, and you can watch all of the previous VODs from this ECL season, because a lot of them now are starting to get pushed off of Twitch. So go to YouTube. They're there forever.
Absolutely. Thank you all very much for joining us. It is greatly appreciated. We will see you all next time. Until then, stay safe. Have a good one. Take it easy.